All right, let me find my camera. There we go. All right, everybody, welcome to the Thursday Night Live Well here at Fish, North Georgia. Thank you guys for tuning in. Again, if you're watching on YouTube, make sure you smash that like and subscribe button. Click that notification bell and follow us on all of our social media. We're on everything. You guys definitely check us out. We appreciate you turning. Listen to that. You turning in tonight? It's you, Blake.
Yeah.
It's all Blake. You tuning in tonight. And if you're watching that later day, hey, we appreciate you too. We got a great show tonight. The best of 23 here in North Georgia, or is it? That's up to you, you guys in the comment section. Hey, you're going to throw your opinions out there, and I'm going to talk a little bit more about that. But first, we got to take care of some business. Let's talk about our fine sponsor, Opsin Fluorocarbon Leader, right there on the screen. Guys, listen, have you ever heard of this process called slow extrusion? You ever heard that, Blake?
Never heard of it.
Never, but it's a process that makes you have amazing tensile strength with absolutely small diameters. It is going to be the fluorocarbon that you guys are going to be wanting to throw. They're breaking into this market over here. I actually got some right here, some of the product right here on the shelf, and I'm going to be putting it through its paces over the next week. But, guys, if you go to their website, opsinusa.com, and type in FNG, you get 20% off, and their big 200-yard spools are coming soon. So you guys look for that. There's going to be a lot more about Opsin coming up, and we thank them for being a sponsor. And also, Festive Water. Pull it up right there. Oh, I missed Adams, didn't I? It has been a long day. We're going to go with Festive Water Paddle Sports. I got Tim back behind the thing. Your paddle shop, this has been a start.
How long you worked?
You got this.
It has been long. I am foobarring everything.
Have you talked to too many people today?
Too many people this morning. Festive Water Paddle Sports. All right, North Georgia's Paddle Sports off 369, guys. We appreciate them. If you're into the kayak game, like one of my guests tonight, you definitely going to want to check them out. Now let's hit Adams Renovation right there. There you go. Adams Renovation, 470-505-3412. Anything but the spiral staircases for all your construction needs. Hit them. And, of course, the best by far sonar install in North Georgia. Sonar Pros right there, 770-530-4505. They are absolutely the best. And again, if you see the sign right behind me, Turner Tire, Jasper's local tire shop. Hey, we appreciate all of those. Best place to go. Now that I'm getting my rhythm.
You sound good.
I'm getting my rhythm now.
Sound better. Sound like you're supposed to be on TV.
That's exactly right. So hey, you do what you can do. Now tonight, guys, of course, you know we have our drink sponsor, Etowah Meadery Beer and Wine in Dahlonega, Georgia. And tonight, the selection for me is Mead O-Rita. It's a margarita-style sparkling mead that's really good. And my guest, one of the OGs tonight, Blake Buchanan, is having the 1833 beer.
Good.
It's pretty good, ain't it?
Really, really
good. It is pretty good. So, guys, Luke Turner, what's up? Justin, what's up, buddy? Now, go ahead and shine the camera over here because we're gonna get it knocked out for John right now. Pop John, there you go. We got John Aldred. He's one of our Fish North Georgia group. I'm not going to say fans, but you participate in that. You're a groupie like that. He's here for a special reason, and we're going to talk about some of the stuff. He didn't realize he was going to be on the show tonight, and I'm making him because he actually won an award tonight. So, yeah, did you know that? You didn't win nothing.
I figured
you didn't. I just wanted you to come in here. So, what's up, Phil? Hey, also, too, we got a question of the week that's going to kick on about, I don't know, halfway through the show. For $50 off of opsinusa.com. So you better know something about the movie Bull Durham. I told you guys last week, it's all about Bull Durham. And
still ain't watched the movie. I know the last time I was on here, you was ragging me for not watching
the best baseball movie ever made. Rose goes in the front, big guy. That's all you need to know. Rose goes in the front. Watch it. Will you watch it? All right, anyway, so here's what we're going to talk about tonight. We're going to talk about the best of the best in North Georgia and nationally as far as what we see in the fishing industry, whether it be anglers, products, companies. We did this last year, and I'm going to tell you a little thing. Last year, we put it out on the Fish North Georgia group page to a vote, and we allowed everybody to vote. And I think some people might have took it a little too serious, and we had people from California voting about stuff here in North Georgia. And so what we did this year is we did it in-house. We asked people, not a bunch, but we asked people and pretty much got a general consensus of products, anglers, companies that they thought were the best of the best. Now, in the comment section, you guys are, feel free to blast us with our picks. put the picks that you want up there, who you may think is the best of the best. But it's kind of cool when you start sitting back and thinking about the fishing industry in North Georgia and the sport in general. We got some amazing lakes. We got some amazing anglers and some amazing companies that are around here. And it's a sport that we all love. But we always have those conversations. Who's the best? Who's the best? We've had them. We've talked about them.
Constantly. You just like to stir the pot.
We're stirring the pot a little bit tonight. So
I think that's what you do.
What's up, Steve Vaughn? And again, they got me in this new section, so I'm looking. And these comment sections get really slow, get really little the farther you get away. So you and I got the eye issues like that. Yeah. We got to work with that. So John's a little nervous. You guys take it easy on him. He is.
We got Justin.
Justin Speed. So you got a teammate on here tonight. And of course, I want to give a shout out to Mr. Beautiful Kevin Thornton, who is up here in the gallery tonight and brought us again. Shout out to Publix for some of the best daggum chicken wings on the market, bar none. So, guys, if you go to Publix, and they're not a sponsor, I'm just telling you, it's that damn good. And he walked through the door, and it was like a beacon of light because I was starving, and so he brought us some chicken wings. So, guys, listen, we really want you to jump in there on the conversation. Surf Dad, pull that up. What's up, guys? Happy holidays. And happy holidays to all you guys. I know the next couple of weeks are going to be busy for everybody. I don't know how much fishing we're going to get to do, but, whatever we do, make sure you enjoy it, understand the reason for it, and be safe. So what we want to start off with tonight, you know the questions. Which one? I'm telling you right now, I'm not going to tell you who we chose as the anglers of the year until a little bit later in the show. You're going to have to wait for that.
You ragged me into coming. I'm just here to be here. I'm like Marshawn Lynch. I'm just here where I don't get fined.
So you don't get fined?
I'm just sitting around. I'm listening.
Bull, you're going to talk, son.
I'm the backup. I don't fish
anymore. What did I tell you? You're going to be here for the comic relief. Well, so you better have your A game on.
You got me.
Yeah,
my A game's always on.
That's right. So we're also going to do best guides. We've got the best baits of 23. We're going to talk about some of the best YouTube channels out there. And so I know you guys have opinions on that. So that's kind of what tonight's going to be. And all of them cans empty. No, sir. Every one of these are full.
They might be empty by the time I get out
of
here.
I'm going to
drink another one of these 1883s. I think.
You like that? Yeah, all right. So good. Edward Mead. Here's the cool thing about mead. You can ship mead. You can order it from anywhere across the country, and they can ship it because it is a wine. Can't do that with beer. So if you guys see some of these things, you hear us talking about it, go to EtowahMeadery.com. I believe that's what it is. I don't have that down, but you can just type it in, Google it, peruse through their section, and try you some of this meat. I'm telling you what.
Peruse through their section?
You like that word? That sounds like a rhyme word, like emulate. Ryan says, we're trying to emulate crawfish. I'm like, what the hell's emulate? But it is the proper word for it. He knows a big word or two over there. So Spencer Strider in the house. That's you, big dog.
Can't help it.
Can't help it. You just wish you had his paycheck and his arm and his looks and his thighs.
Yeah.
A little bit of
everything.
A little bit of everything.
Everything.
Let's start off with a softball one tonight, guys. And John, you got to talk, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. John's going to talk. Tim, you alive back there, baby?
Everything's going good. Y'all can still see us, right? That's all that matters.
So Tim is he is on emergency duty with us on the board. Ryan has a tournament tomorrow, so he's got to get in bed early, and so he couldn't. I know. What time's blast off now? Like 7? What time's it get daylight?
7:15.
6:45. He could have stayed in bed till 5. He could have been here, but that's okay. Wish them guys, all them guys at Chesapeake Bassmasters, safe journey tomorrow. It's supposed to be windy, I think. But anyway, let's start off with a softball one. And all you guys in the comments, this is where you get to interact with us. We're going to start off with the best baits of 2023. Now, the way we figured this out, not something that necessarily came out in 2023, but what we had the most success on, what we've been seeing, in the social media, and that's what we're going to go. Stephen Barday, Ryan Soft. Well, listen, you was his partner last week in that tournament, or week before. So, but anyway, the best bait. And so we asked around, and I have an overall winner, but there's some other ones that we want to talk about. Now I'm gonna start off one. We asked Kevin when he got here, and you said your best bait you caught the most fish off of was the Terminator spinnerbait, right? I'm correct with that. Terminator custom spinnerbait. They don't make them anymore. Megabass Vision, is that 110+1?
Yeah,
right there. Topwater or Kitech. So you're kind of in the ballpark. But John,
Yeah, bull shad.
Bull shad. Yeah. What
You
was
had a lot of luck
the
on that.
bull wake?
Oh yeah,
Man, I've
Yeah, the
tried,
bull wake.
tried.
My best 1 month ever, and get my PB on it.
Yeah, and so if you ever watch John, he posts a lot of videos on the page. He's looking for that one big bite. So as far as a big bass bite, you pick the bull wake, the bull wake right there. Tim, did you ever actually pick one?
I just kind of went with Zoom plastics.
Well, that's the company.
Oh, we're talking about just a regular bait?
Yeah,
you
bait.
said anything.
That's the next question. Way to throw it off. No, I'm just kidding. Well, still, you throw a lot of Zoom. You throw a lot of Zoom worms.
I do. The trick worm.
Yep.
Some of their critter baits are good.
Yeah, they're good.
Trick worm mainly for me.
Yeah. Well, the best overall number one bait this year, and they'll be mentioned as an honorable mention in another couple categories. But this is from our social media, watching what people are throwing, what's been bought in the store, and listening to countless people talk. We actually went with, our vote was the Spot Choker Underspin. And one of the reasons why we went with Spot Choker is because it is right now, it's a very well-built bait. It's one of the hotter ones on the market. If you're on Lanier, any of these Highland reservoirs from Allatoona on up, everybody's throwing a Spot Choker. So our best bait of 2023 was a Spot Choker. Now, you don't throw too many of those, do you? In how you fish?
No.
Yeah, you're a little too shallow. But if you fished, you throw one.
No.
Yeah, you're fly fishing
No,
now.
not even that. I throw Sugar Hill.
Sugar Hill's good.
I like their underspin more.
Sugar Hill is a damn good underspin. If I'm throwing one, it's one
I'm
of
gonna
those
throw
two.
the Sugar Hill. Back when I was fishing a lot, that's the one I like so much because you never had the rollover.
Yeah.
Don't matter what size Celtic you put on it, it wasn't gonna roll.
Yeah, that's the way the Spot Choker is too. So they're both really quality ones. What do you throw back there when you throw an underspin? I'm talking to you, Tim. Yeah, when I say
me again.
Yeah, you again, baby.
A Spot Choker.
It's a good one. So congratulations to Spot Choker. Now in the comments, I see a couple Spot Chokers. Various spoons were good.
What's an SB 105?
I don't know, but check that thing out. A Carolina rigged buzzbait.
That's a lie. How you do that?
Joseph Gayton, I want to know how you throw a buzzbait Carolina rig. That's kind of interesting. I don't know how you pull that one off. Yeah, I guess so. A tactical underspin, Rob Short right there. So, underspins are really good everywhere. Again, we're just basically going by what we're seeing in our area. Now, I'm sure there's some other national brands and all that, but right now, hey, Spot Choker is really good. You ought to check them out. So we can just transition from that into the best bait companies, and we had two kind of categories. We had a national, and then we had a local. All right, so national, I'm going to start with you, Tim. What was your national? Oh, look, hold on a second. My Dad's Famous, Max Allred.
No, they're not supposed to be watching.
There you go. Cast is a good one too, Chris Stubbs. Absolutely. That is a very good one. Best bait companies, national. So, Tim, I'm going to start off with you. What was yours?
National, Zoom.
Zoom. Even though they're local, they're a national company now.
Yeah, even though they're based out of Georgia, I mean, they're everywhere.
All right.
As far as local, handcrafted crankbaits, that would be Badass Baits USA, Patrick Gray.
Badass Baits USA, that's right there. Now, Kevin in our conversation said Strike King, because pretty much Strike King has everything. So, a national brand has everything. So, I don't know how you guys feel about that. We do have a vote for Zoom down there. Can't go wrong with a Kitech. Yeah, absolutely. Now, Kitech is actually Japanese.
Yeah, it's from Japan.
Yeah, should we count them as a national brand?
National.
I should have an import. I should have had an import section right there. So, yeah, you can't go wrong with the Kitech. Now, you had an interesting one on the national side. Spro, because you absolutely love Spro.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's your favorite Spro bait?
Either rock crawler or the zero minnow.
Can't go wrong with a rock crawler. I don't know about that zero minnow. I've never thrown it, but I know you have
It's
a little
weight bait. Yeah.
I know, but I know how you have a little technique. You told me about it.
Yeah.
I will not share. What about you there, Ugly? What are you laughing at?
Well, I ain't picked up any bass lures in a year, but I mean, if I was still
enough to do that.
Still Strike King.
Strike King,
That's
so
what I feel.
you got a bit.
I see people saying Rapala. Rapala's garbage. They break.
That's why I brought
Blake
Blake
They
in.
fall apart. I've had Rapala jerk baits break at the eyes, crankbaits break pieces. The only thing Rapala
The
makes
DT
is worth
catches
crap is a
fish.
DT10.
They catch fish though. But
That
they,
one crankbait,
yeah, the DT.
one crankbait, throw everything else away.
Spro, what is that? Chad? Right there, Justin Spieth. So
Yeah.
I tell you, so we had Strike King, Spro, and Zoom. And we pretty much thought that might be. You could throw Kitech in there for national brands. I can't think of any more off the top of my head that was discussed. Pretty much those were the ones. Even though Spro and Zoom are local, we put them, of course, in the national. Now, we had a couple of them right here for the local ones. Now, I'm going to let you do your local bait company because it ties in with your choice.
Oh, yeah, Bullshad swim baits.
Bullshad swim bait. So Mike Buka and the guys over there. And that's, I mean, you religiously throw those things.
Yeah.
Religiously might not be the right word, but you throw them a lot.
I've got 4 tied on at all times on the
Good
kayak.
Lord, I can't afford 4 of them.
Yeah, don't think about that. But now he fishes a little bit different than everybody else. He's not going for numbers. He goes for one bite.
Yeah.
You're looking for that one trophy fish.
Yeah.
And you've done very well.
No spots.
No spots.
14, 15-inch fish.
Yeah, no. Where he fishes is a largemouth haven. So he's definitely trying to take the big one. So Stephen Bardet says Picasso. That's a good choice. I will give you that. I know I give you a lot of hard times about Picasso, but they do make good baits.
I love their buzz bait.
Picasso's?
Yeah, this rusty squeaker.
You like that one?
Yeah.
That's an interesting concept. Spro has the best wobble in the Little John. Okay, there you go. Rock Crawler up there or E-Pop. What's that right there? Let's see. River to Sea crankbaits. I'm not as familiar with them. Or the Deal. So Rob says that. And the local, yeah, so we got a vote for Lanier Baits. Sal Pinto's in a great buzz bait, and he's definitely talking about Picasso. So you had Bullshad. Now, Tim, you already mentioned it earlier. Tell us a little bit about this badass baits that you were talking about.
Badass baits are crankbaits made by a local guy, Patrick Gray. He's got a website, the whole 9 yards, Facebook, whatnot. But they're hand painted crankbaits, hard baits.
Okay, yeah, I went. Now, Kevin and I have the same vote. You and I, when I asked you, yeah, absolutely. I am the biggest softy lure fan. Softy worms. I said softy worms. I love Zoom. I love everything, but softy, 20 in a pack for $4.99. They float. By far to me the best plastic worm I think out there. That's just me. You ever thrown any of those?
No, I'm sitting here trying to think of I used to throw a jig trailer. I used to buy them up at the bargain barn. You used to be able to put a rattle in them, and I can't even think of the name of them. But man, I used to piss out of them forever.
Yeah.
I can't even think what they're called.
Yeah. And
Jacob would know if he's on. We used to put little glass rattles in them on a jig trailer, man. They'd catch piss out of it.
Oh, yeah, they will. I will tell you, Alex Purse, let's say Danny sold me a pack of softies. They work pretty good. Yeah, they do. Ron Swinford, Softy Worms are great. And listen, we got a lot of great local companies. So that just because I chose Softy does not mean, I mean, you got the Georgia Blades out there that, and they've got a little bit of everything, and they're great people. I just went with Softy because, number one, I use them a lot. That was my choice. But also, too, everybody I've talked to that uses them, I don't think you've ever heard anybody, and if you have, you let me know. I don't think I've ever heard anybody say a negative thing about a Softy worm. 6-inch, 5-inch, they got the drop shots, and they got a lot of great colors. They even pour some custom ones for other people, other companies out there. So Softy, yeah, definitely. Now, again, if some of you guys in the comment section, and I really want to know this, if like you think our picks are absolutely horrible, let us know. I mean, we're not going to blast you or nothing. I don't want everybody to agree with everything we're saying unless we're just spot on right now. But I would like to know your true opinions on some of these, and don't worry about hurting people's feelings. Let it out there. Now we're going to do this one. This is one that we kind of threw on there amongst ourselves, and this is from us watching it. Now there are a lot of great clubs and a lot of great tournaments out there, tournament trails, and then there's some that are not so good, and we get to hear about both of them. We're not going to talk about the ones that are not so good tonight. We said we're going to keep this positive, right? John wanted me to keep it positive tonight, so definitely going to do that. That daggum bug's right there again. Listen, if anybody out there is an exterminator, it's cold as crap, and we still got these little bugs.
Turn the heat on.
I'm freezing.
Are y'all cold?
Yeah.
My feet are freezing.
I can't
I'm wearing
afford gas,
sandals.
man. Y'all, oh, well,
I got socks on.
you got socks on. Well, there you go. All right, so, all right. So, best run tournament trails and or clubs in the state of Georgia. Now, I don't know all of them, so I deferred to other people. We'll start off with kayak guys. A lot of great trails, clubs, some national ones that are in the state.
Yum.
Yum.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. Man, I used to throw them yum trailers all the time. Them yum dinger Cincos, they cheap, they last. The hell with them
I guess,
Yamamotos.
all right, now listen.
Listen.
Hold on a second. We got a debate here for a
You
second.
take a $2 worm or a $5 worm,
Right.
they catch the same fish. One smells a little different, but they do the same thing. I'm a cheap ass. I'm fishing the yums.
But here's the thing. I do agree with you that yums are awesome.
Yeah, Now they rip a little quicker, but
Well,
you
Yamamoto's
get more.
You do. But I'm just saying there's certain colors that Yamamoto make that Yum does not have.
If you're fishing North Georgia, all you need is that green color with a
No,
yellow tail on it.
no,
No.
you know, no. You
Yep.
need,
It's a
No.
completely different sink rate.
yeah, it
Here
is
we
a
go,
different
folks,
sink rate.
down the
You
rabbit
don't have-
hole.
you
Put a
got
little
that
nail weight in it.
Oh,
You
good
talk
Lord.
about sink
The
rate. and
last
all
thing
that.
I want to do is have to stick stuff in my worm. That sounded really bad. Actually,
You did it on purpose.
the second that come out of my
There
mouth,
goes
I
the
went,
monetization for tonight, ladies
the
and gentlemen.
second that come out of my mouth, I went, oh. That's why we need more Blake. I know. I try to get him here. He's too damn stuck up to come up here
I
anymore.
don't fish
Um,
anymore.
Now, so I want to read Stephen Barday's answer right there, right below the one you got pulled up. The Allatoona Sunday morning, Monday nights, Lanier Scott Barnes. Now, okay, so Barday, here's one of the problems with that. You're probably 100% absolutely correct. I can't get none of the Allatoona boys to talk. And so we don't get to know near as much of what's going on Allatoona. I wish that I had as many, if not more, guests from Allatoona as I do Lanier. But I can't get none of you guys to come up here and talk. So I don't really get to know what all's going. I know the quality of the anglers that fish those. And so I'll give you that as an honorable mention. Because you kind of got half of my answer right there. But what did Ron say?
Closed mouth.
They are a closed mouth group. And I mean, my God, if I can get late Lanier guys to talk, I ought to be able to get the daggum Allatoona guys to talk.
We
a
can
little
get
bit.
Casey Blanton to
At
talk.
Allatoona, at this time of year, we've only got like a third of the lake we used to have. So, I mean, you have to hide your spot.
I know. I get it.
We don't have a lake to fish.
But what I'm saying is I wish I knew more of the guys up there.
Down.
Down there. Down. Allatoona's a weird lake too. The dam's like
It's on the bottom side.
but it sits funny.
How's it sit fine?
Well, like Lake Lanier, it flows this way and there's a dam.
Yeah.
Allatoona kind of goes east-west a
It's
little
fed
bit.
by like two different rivers.
Two different what?
Rivers.
Rivers? God, redneck.
Allatoona, it goes down and hits the dam and turns left and goes toward Ackworth.
Yeah. So again, I would, and I think if I could get more Allatoona guys to talk, we'd have more Allatoona content on this channel. 100%.
Get Barday.
Barday, listen, I asked Barday to come. I told Ryan, and I don't know if Ryan did it. Barday, I told him to get you up here tonight.
Oh, you moved to Florida, Barday.
I thought he moved too. So anyway, his better half that's the one we need on here. We don't need Barday.
She'll talk.
She'll talk. We'll get
Everything.
her. Yeah, she'll talk.
Give us some secrets.
Absolutely.
You still wear overalls every day,
He
Barday?
does.
Yeah.
He's still overall guy right
Yeah.
there. So anyway, this was the vote amongst the people that we talked to, and again, it was a crowd. Actually, the ABA 125 got voted. We had more people talking about the ABA 125, and it's just a well-run trail. Dane and Farmer and those guys out there, they do a good job, and we know more about them. So I wish, and I actually like on Chattooga and all these other lakes, I wish we knew more of those guys, and we'll try to get that content for you. Now, I started off this with the kayak because we had a lot of national trails and stuff, but I wanted something more local, and you had a very interesting take on that. What did you think?
Georgia 444 challenge.
And tell everybody what the 444 challenge is.
From what I understand, because I haven't fished it,
Mm-hmm.
but it's 4 kayaks on a lake, four different lakes on one day or during that week.
Right.
Whoever wins each of those 4 will then go to a final, and they will choose a lake, and those 4 guys have a fish off.
So it's very small.
It's very small. There's low cost of entry. It's an excellent way for kayak guys to get in into the tournament, but also it's an opportunity for them to fish the different lakes because it changes all the time. They just vote on what they're going to fish.
Yeah.
So it's a cool way to fish different waters.
Yeah, that's cool.
And
I can get
it's
that.
fairly inexpensive.
Casey Blanton, I'll get some more of them hats like that. 4 kayakers, $40, 4 hours. Oh, okay. There you go.
Yeah.
I like that idea. Now, this goes back to Stephen Bardet's comment. I put an honorable mention down for Scott Barnes, and he was our guest last week. And he runs a lot of tournaments out of Little Hall. The reason I put Scott's down is because of all the tournaments, and I know this to be true, of all the tournaments in North Georgia, at least, Macon North, whatever, everybody to a person pretty much wants to see the results of a Scott Barnes tournament on Lake Lanier. Did you see him a couple weeks ago?
The results?
Yeah.
No, I don't keep up with it.
Almost 25 pounds. Had 10 sacks over 10 pounds in a spotted bass lake. That could be you, but that could be you.
I don't care no more.
Yes, you did. Don't act like you don't care no more. You do.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Scott, like they had Jordan, some big names coming in there. Jordan Lee was fishing with Kaz Anderson and all that, but you watch Scott's tournaments just to see what the weights are. And you can kind of tell what's going on with Lanier.
You know, one thing I ain't been able to wrap my head around?
What's that?
There's so many lakes in Georgia, but it seems like everybody flocks to Lanier.
Well, there's a reason.
I don't care that it's got big spotted bass in it. There's other lakes everybody can go fish, but you don't see it.
No, they're there. They're there. But Lanier is the Lanier.
And it's mostly because it's so close to Atlanta.
That helps. But Allatoona's close to Atlanta.
Yeah, but Allatoona don't have the fish like Lanier does.
It will, though. It's got bluebacks in it now.
I know
it's
this.
improving.
It's coming up. But
Do what? Oh, did you hear that? That's a good thing.
you do or you don't.
Don't. A lot of the
No,
lakes
they
don't
don't.
have the
I thought
parking in
Victoria
the.
was pretty good.
Okay, so yeah, what's up, Walton Doyle? So yeah, so Kevin out there in the gallery said, a lot of the lakes like Allatoona doesn't have the big ramps and the parking that Lanier has. So and that's a little more down south. Barry's, is that down south? No, Coney. See, that's another thing. I have got to get some of them guys up here so we know more about them. Because I'll be honest, when I ask who's the best in North Georgia, we're hitting these lakes up around here in the trails, but I would love to know more about what's going on down there and get down there and fish with those guys. And again, if you're watching and you're on one of those lakes and you know somebody that would be good as a guest, whatever, we can pipe them in. They can come up here and hang, but we got to
Might as well
more.
tell everybody how you're wanting to start doing the fishing reports again from people who fish a bunch on certain
Yes,
lakes. Might as well go ahead and talk about that.
Okay, I can throw that out there right now. We are bringing back a few years ago. We did what we called the guide, where we had a lot of local anglers, and they would give us fishing reports as they went out on the lakes. And so what we were trying to do was build like a community to help each other. And the reason it fell through back at that time was because Josh, my partner, was the only one that knew how to edit. And
Danny's learned a thing or two.
yeah, he would go out on these trips on all this work that he was doing, filming these big film projects, and by the time he got back, the information was old. So it kind of petered out a little bit. We are bringing that back. And what the goal is to have 2 to 3 guys on each lake in the state of Georgia. So I would have a couple guys on Carter's. And again, listen, the more honest people will give you, we would try to weed that out, guys that are not giving good information. We want information where everybody can go out and be successful. So if you're interested in that, and it's something that you can do from your phone or on a GoPro, and we have ways for it to be downloaded, and you can send it. I can edit it and get it on there. But we are bringing the guide back, and that's just one of the ways that we kind of want to help guys build that community again. And if you're a Lake Lanier guy and you're going to go down to Oconee, and we got a couple guys that fish Oconee, they can tell you, hey, what's been going on down there. You can watch those and at least give yourself an idea of what you need to be concentrating on. I do know that I talked to Kevin Underwood with Lipsticker the other day, and he's going to start giving us more some guide type fishing reports, and we're going to try to make these connections for all you guys. So if you know anybody that's doing that might be interested, and again, let's say you got your own YouTube channel. If you give a fishing report at the end, you can shout out your YouTube channel. What is that?
Since you're such a big trout guy now, Phil wants to know if trout's going to be included.
Absolutely, we're going to try to do everything.
Just don't tell them about the good streams that people need to stay
Yeah, we're
out
not.
of,
Yeah, we'll be cognizant of that.
where the natives are.
Yeah, where the natives are. We'll be cognizant of that. But yeah, so the goal is to cover the entire state, every body of water, and I mean every body of water in Georgia, and just where guys have a place to go and do that, and even Chickamauga. I got a guy. I'm talking to a guy up Chickamauga, so I can have reports. So any of you guys want to come up there and go to Chickamauga, and Jeremiah's there. What's up, Jeremiah? Let's see.
I don't want spots on Allatoona getting the same size. That don't make no sense.
He says I don't see the spots in Allatoona getting to the same size. As
They
Lanier.
will. They got the herring in there.
Yeah, but I don't know.
Eventually.
I don't know that
If it's the same strain, eventually it's going to happen.
I just don't
Because
know.
there's two strains of spots. You got the
There's a Kentucky and
the
Alabama, or
Kentucky and
something.
then the Alabama ones. If it's the Alabama ones, they're the ones that we had that get so big.
But the thing about it is, I think the body of water has a lot to do with it too. I mean, look right now. Allatoona, even though Lake Lanier's down, Allatoona is down.
Yeah.
All right, but there are guys out on Lanier that are catching fish still 50 foot deep in the timber. You get I say 50 foot in the timber, where the timber line is.
What's
It
the
just-
depth on Allatoona? Like right now?
Right
Max
now?
depth.
Average depth on
You got spots
Allatoona,
to fish 50, 60 foot?
I'm sure you do. Down
but
at
not like
Yeah,
you
they're-
do, but not like you do, you do on Lanier.
I don't know.
Yeah,
if
you
depth-
can still get out
I
in
don't-
some of the deeper spots. There's trenches, and the spotted bass that are in there are supposed to be the Alabama strain, not the Kentucky strain.
Then see, they
so
ought to get
bigger.
just as big.
What's in Lanier?
The Bama strain. Most North Georgia lakes have that Bama strain.
Yeah,
Okay,
also known as the Coosa bass.
Coosa bat, yeah.
You'll hear everybody call them. You'll hear everybody call them Coosa bass,
Yeah.
and they're the ones that get huge, mean, nasty, like the ones. Most of those big old lunkers you see people pull out on Lanier.
Yeah.
That's a Alabama strain or Coosa bass.
okay, well, it's just spotted bass to me.
If it's the same strain, you get the same bait. It's just going to be a matter of a couple years.
I don't think so, because I think the lake has a lot to do with it.
Look, well, Carter's is deep, but it ain't big. But look at the spots on it.
Yeah,
Same with Blue Ridge.
But numbers. There's no way.
the
Listen,
numbers are you?
there's,
Look how many fish is in Altoona. If you're talking about numbers,
I understand, but I don't think there's no way Allatoona can support the numbers of big bass like Lake Lanier.
I guess we'll find out about
I
5
mean,
years.
what is Allatoona? 12 to 17,000 acres. Lanier's 38.
Okay, look at Gitololo Reservoir over here on Yellow Creek. The spots in it. how
Nobody
big they
can
are.
come to my reservoir over here on Yellow Creek.
Well, I'm just saying.
They're big.
You can make that same comparison, and that
Yeah.
lake's smaller than
Yeah.
Altoona, but it don't drain down.
It don't drain up, but that lake's deeper than Allatoona too.
I don't think depth has an issue.
I think it does.
Look at the Coosa River, where people get in the jet boats and fly up and down the Coosa River, catching those giant spots in the river.
I don't see as many giant spots in that river coming out as I do Lake Lanier.
Well,
Lake Lanier is a nationally known spotted bass. Okay, well, there's a reason, because there's something.
Altoona used to be nationally known for huge largemouth.
Okay, but it's not.
Not no
But
more.
we're talking spotted bass.
The spots are in there and they're growing.
They're in there and they're growing. I'm not arguing that you're gonna get some big ones.
We should make a
But
bet
There's-
5 years down the road.
Oh, we
Let's see
might
what
do
the
that.
weights are going to be
We
looking
might
like.
do that. Well,
Have the weights not come up big
Oh,
time in the
I
last
agree.
year?
listen, but they didn't have nowhere to go but up.
Because he got put in the lake. They got bait now.
Listen, but what I'm saying is there's something about Lanier that's just different. It makes it a different beast. I don't know what it is, and I'm not a biologist. All I know is I'm watching
You're riding that high horse like everybody else is with it now.
Lanier.
Yeah,
I'm just telling you what I see.
I see it too, but
I'm not-
Altoona's got the same bait, the same fish. It's just a matter of time.
Listen, I'm the king of the 2-pound bass.
look
That's what I am.
at Blue Ridge, look at Chattooga, look at all these lakes that's got the spotted bass. Eventually they started small. Now every one of them have big spots in it.
They
It's
do.
just a matter of time.
And it's a matter of time for Allatoona to get some. What I'm saying is, I don't think Allatoona will ever be the spotted bass factory that Lanier is.
I'm not saying it will, but you're going to start seeing big bags with people weighing like 20 pounds worth of spots.
It could happen.
It will happen.
It could happen.
It will.
It could.
It will happen.
Lanier tuna anglers don't want Lanier's attention. See, that's okay. That's kind of my point about it being
You see that?
different.
You see what Justin Smith said right there? Even Bass Magazine said so. It's not that good.
That Lanier isn't that great. Even listen, yeah, they said so, and that's a guy sitting up in the daggum office twiddling his.
Probably fishes
Whatever.
more than us.
No, we don't, dude. I can tell you don't. You know how they
You
make
met him.
when Bassmaster made those rankings? You know what they did? If you go back and
They
read
probably
it,
go through
No,
tournament
listen,
weights.
they do, and they all were in the spring. Lanier produces in the summer, in the fall, and in the winter. A lot of them, they do. Lanier's got good weights
That would be
year-round.
365.
Damn right. That's what I'm saying. They had Lanier ranked as like the 5th best lake in the state. They didn't even have Lanier as the number 1 lake in the
Because
state.
most people don't care about spotted bass. They like big largemouth.
Exactly.
Nah.
You hear him?
that's it.
He agrees.
He's a kayak guy, and kayak guys
This
are
goes
different.
back to an episode me and you did
They're just
3 years ago.
invasive trash.
Would you
fish.
want a 5-pound largemouth or a 5-pound spot?
So,
People's
Rick,
gonna
so
take
Ricky,
the
so this
largemouth.
good. I'm glad I'm getting some comments. So Ricky goes, it depends on the amount of bluebacks in the lake, not the lake size.
But that goes back to them reproducing.
But it
if
also-
the lake can support them, they will reproduce just like on Lanier.
Ryan, look at your phone. None of us have got our phone, dude. I don't bring my phone down here on the thing. What I'm saying is though, Lake Lanier is so big it can keep that population of bluebacks. I don't know that Allatoona with the drawdown can keep as many bluebacks in it as Lanier.
Look, Lake Allatoona was voted the most beautiful lake, was it not?
Was it really?
I mean,
Wow.
It is
Most
now the most,
popular,
yeah.
yeah.
And actually, yeah, it,
Wow.
it did take over Lanier as the most visited state, or the visited lake in the state. So everybody help me look at your phone seriously. I don't know what in the world.
I ain't got nothing.
We got nothing. My phone's upstairs. Hit Kevin Thornton there, Ryan.
Seriously.
Yeah, so I don't even know what Ryan's trying to say. But also I tell you what, another thing to think about though is pressure. Now, if on a smaller lake like Allatoona, let's say you start seeing them big, huge weights, just like that angler said up there, Allatoona anglers don't want the pressure. How will that be detrimental? Lanier can sustain it. Ryan needs help. I guess I don't know where he's at. So Ryan, text it right there, buddy, or hit Kevin Thornton. Kevin Thornton's down there. My phone is upstairs. You can hit Blake.
yeah, I got my phone here.
Yeah, so
on the message.
everybody's got their phone but me. Tim, look at your phone. All right, Tim, look at your phone. You got it?
Nothing yet.
It ain't come in yet, bud. So
Okay, I got it.
what is the big thing we're on right now?
Perch.
Oh, perch. Yeah, I know about perch.
Yellow one.
I talked to Kevin
Yeah.
Underwood.
I seen somebody posted some perch. the other day.
His guys caught some big perch.
That may have been him.
Big perch out of Lanier. One of which he thought he did not know that the lake record was 1.8 pounds, and he said he thinks that would have been a lake record, but they didn't weigh it. They didn't think about it until after the fact. They found out what the weight was. So anyway, Ryan saying we suck, but yeah, he's the one at
I was
home.
about to say he's not the one.
Yeah. So there you go. Not them, but anyway, regardless. So I still think I get the argument you're making. I get it. Allatoona is on the up.
Yeah.
It's on the up.
It's not like a lake's going to turn around in a year. I mean,
I agree.
the weird thing is, and I mean, you've talked about it. I'm sure everybody in this room's talked about it. You know, lakes, they go up and then eventually they fall.
Yeah.
Lanier's been up for 10 years,
Been up a while.
but it ain't coming down. That's the thing.
That's the
Seems
thing.
like the weights are getting bigger.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's what I was getting ready to say is like it's on this up cycle. And every time you think forward facing sonar is going to kill it, all the tournaments are going to kill it, all the fishermen are going to kill it. And damn it, the weights just don't keep
Going up.
it's sustained. So that's what I'm saying. Lanier's just different. It's just different. So there's massive shell cracker and perch all over North Georgia. That I definitely can tell you, but nobody really targets them. I target the shell cracker over at Latham. I can tell you that right now. They lay across a plate. Perch, I don't know where you would go in the state of Georgia to target.
On there. Blue Ridge, Carter.
Blue Ridge, I've heard that you could actually target perch.
I call them perch in Thompson Creek on jerkbait.
Did y'all ask people what the most pressured fishery is here? My guess is going to be the Chattahoochee River. Yeah, all the fly fishermen and on the Chattahoochee River from Buford Dam down to Roswell. Phil, let me know if that's the right answer. That's my guess. Is I would honestly think that the Chattahoochee River is the most pressured body of water.
I wouldn't think.
You think Allatoona is? It might be.
Are we talking fishing pressure or like all around pressure? Because I feel like Allatoona plus Lanier both get pounded.
They do.
Like, I wonder how bad do you fall gets pounded anymore?
I don't know. Don't go down there.
That's
But like you got lakes like Notley that don't really get the pressure. That's
I think a lot of
fishery.
people don't want to pull the boats up there, just like Blue Ridge and Chattooga and all that. It's a further drive from Atlanta.
Yeah, no, I get that.
Yeah.
So yes, I was right for the hoots. The Chattahoochee River, as far as fishing pressure, the Chattahoochee River is the most pressured body of water in the state of Georgia.
I wouldn't believe that.
I could see that. Allatoona is for sure per acre. It might be. Allatoona gets hit hard. And then again, and we're all talking bass fishing. We ain't talking crappie fishing. We ain't talking kayakers because we're talking, but you kayakers a lot of guys go to Allatoona,
Yeah.
big lakes like that. But we ain't talking about your striper guys, your crappie guys, your catfish guys. We're just basically talking bass. So I guess if you added all of
That
those
goes
together,
back out. Do you need to reach out more, Danny?
I'm trying.
There's other
dude.
species out here.
I'm trying. What do you want to do? Okay, so next Thursday we'll do a live well on what? What species you want to do? You gonna be here?
Running squirrel dogs.
That species. We're gonna run squirrel dogs. You guys, hey, listen, on the Fish North Georgia page, you're gonna see some big changes coming over here the next month.
Come on.
We got some big changes that I'm not ready to announce just quite yet, but stuff like what Blake just said, you're gonna be seeing a lot of that kind of stuff too. Rocky Mountain Little Chick, yeah. So it's definitely like that. All right, let's get back on our
off
list.
my lake. Stay
off
Rocky
of my
Mountain.
lake.
Rocky Mountain.
Hartwell is probably the most pressured lake currently. That's from Brian. That's interesting. Yeah, I guess so. He gets a lot. Puffy and Blake need to do a live well. They do. You need to meet Puffy.
Well, that goes back to Puffy, my buddy that I run around with. He's seen Puffy on here. Him and Puffy's like best friends. Ethan Jones. Like
No,
he
not
grew
that.
up with Ethan.
Oh,
yeah, it's the same one.
Puffy.
Yeah,
That was on here?
yeah.
That guy was.
Yeah.
That guy was.
He's like, dude, Daddy and him used to do everything together. And I was like, I don't even know the guy. He's like, yeah, that's the one Daddy's always talking about.
dude, he's spearing hogs and bears and
know.
stuff like
I
that.
know.
All right. So anyway, so let's get back on the list. So, how about this one? We'll talk about the YouTube channels here in a little bit. Let's go to best guides. Touchy subject, I know, around here. We won't go there. But best guides. Now, again, this goes back to not knowing a lot of them on Allatoona and on all these other lakes. So, again, we've got to definitely get to where we know these guys. But there's always a couple names that come up every single year. Barday, Dadgummit, you Steeler. Yeah, when it comes to Allatoona and those lakes on that side of 515, Bill Payne. It's just a given. It's just a given that anytime we have one of these discussions, Bill Payne's name's going to come up. Huh?
You got to include all the guides
I'm
for
gonna,
every species.
I'm going to try it. You know a brim guide? Hell, I might could get.
No.
I might could guide.
Let's load up the electric rig. Let's go catch some
Hey,
brim.
listen, hell, I can put you on some shell crack at the right time of year. But yeah, Bill Payne. And the thing about Bill is Bill has number one, he's got a great life story, and he's a very humble, simple guy. And I love the way he talks. He's just a slow. Was you here that night he sang Rod Stewart on here?
No.
I got to get that back up. He goes, I gave him the you know that song that if you want my body and you think I'm sexy. I had Bill Payne reading that.
Yeah.
If you want my body and you think I'm sexy. And he looked at me and goes, I didn't know I was reading porn, Danny. So anyway, hey, Ryan, quit kissing Barday's butt. Good Lord. Stephen Barday's a pretty good guide.
I heard y'all got whooped.
They didn't have the best. They didn't have the best turnout, but that's okay. Everybody has a bad off day. Yeah, but definitely. So we got Bill Payne. Controversial or not. Jimbo's name always comes up. Jimbo just stays in his lane and does his thing, and so he's consistently busy. So you know, Jimbo got some boats, and we had a couple honorable mentions. And this is in conversations with people. Number one, Emil Wagner, because even though he is an up-and-coming angler, he does some guides, and he is very sought after right now for the sonar stuff. So Emil's got a bright future, whatever the hell he wants to do. And actually, Kevin Underwood with Lip Sticker Fishing. So those are honorable mentions. And to be quite honest, we didn't really get I know there's a lot more out there, but those are the names that came up. And now stripers, we got a couple.
Don't a lot of people fish that old Kaz Anderson boy?
Kaz does. He's on Chattooga. I guess he's still doing it if he's not.
I used to see him post all the time up there.
Yeah, Kaz, and I'd go with Kaz.
He catches big ones.
He does on that Chattooga. He'll put you on smallmouth and all that too. And that's hard to go by and find. I've seen him catch some smallmouth up there. So yeah, we got that. And but two striper guys. First of all, you Carter's guys, and he does fish other lakes with Jeremy Mullinax with Backwoods.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, he's a good dude. So he got that, and also got a couple of votes for Clay Cunningham. So I think he is on Lanier. Now Striper's on. Now Robert Edison on Allatoona. How's he doing, Barday? I know he's been sick here lately, and I've always wanted to talk to him and get him on the show. And I know he's got some health issues. So hopefully he is feeling better. But his name has been around forever. I'd like to go with some of these old timers, and then go with a young kid and just see the difference.
I want to go trout fishing with Puffy and just shoot the shit and tell stories.
Well, we can do that. So definitely. Now, as far as trout and other species go, I think you got Eric Crowley with Lake. I think it's Lake and Stream.
Phil's guiding a lot right now.
Phil guides. Phil does that. These are just names I'm throwing. I thought Tad Murdoch, Georgia Wild Trout. So you got those guys right there. So, but yeah. So any arguments on the best guides? Now, you being a kayak angler.
I've never been on a guide.
You've never been on a guide trip. How would a kayak angler guide another kayak angler, though?
Follow me.
We need Nathan Skinner on here for that one because I think he's done that some.
Okay, so
but I have no idea.
That would be interesting to see how somebody would guide from a kayak. It would be very interesting. Stephen Barday said he talked to him Tuesday. Robert's doing a lot better. That's good. I keep up with him on Facebook. Rivers through Atlanta. Okay, I don't know if that's Phil's thing or if that's somebody else.
It's like a guide service over in Chattahoochee or something like
Is that down below Atlanta?
I ain't never fished Chattahoochee. So I ain't never been. So I couldn't tell you.
We got to get you out. We got to
busy doing other things.
We got to get you squirrel hunting.
Squirrel hunting. Yeah.
All right. I'm still going to save the best anglers. I know you guys are waiting to hear that. So we're going to save the best anglers. Now, this one's going to be a little interesting. The best YouTube channels from national guys and from local guys. So, and this one was kind of hard because everybody had it was really hard to pin these down. What's up, Harold Grizzle? It was really hard to pin these down. But you said really quick when you and I had
entertainment, Mikey Balls.
Dude, that guy catches giants.
Yeah. As far as me learning stuff, it would be Shan O'Gorman's aquatic biologist.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Mikey's entertaining.
Is Shane the guy that's on YouTube, or not YouTube, but Instagram that's always posting the videos of the lakes that he's working on?
That's Shan.
Yes.
Yeah,
that's Shan.
He's got a lot of good
I've learned a lot from him. Yes, sir.
Smart guy.
That's funny. You called him sir. You're just so polite. My God, you're so polite. Philip Hutchins, Blake and Danny, y'all got to come out. Hopefully we'll have good conditions in the timing.
You just got to say when, dude. I've been telling you for 2 years.
2 years. Yeah, I know.
When we going? Tell me when.
Where we going? Got a couple thrown out there comments for YouTube channels. And seriously, guys, when you see somebody put these out, if you're not following them, go give them a subscribe and help them out. Epic Boys. That's actually pretty good one. Epic Boys Fishing. In our Matthew Allen, in our list, we do have your pick. I'll go ahead and say one of the local ones is Dana Smith with FCP Fishing. The word that I got from Dana anytime we talked about his channel that everybody said was consistency. He is out there. Didn't you say that? Was that you, Tim, one of the ones that said that? He is consistent.
Dana is consistently. I watch him all the time, and I mean, it's like clockwork. I would love to go on the boat with him. I mean, really.
He is. And wait, put that camera back on you. Go ahead and shout out yours because you got a little growing channel yourself.
Oh, my YouTube channel?
Yeah, go ahead. Throw it out there.
If anybody wants to follow me and my shenanigans, it's T_McGuire Outdoors. T McGuire Outdoors. Just put that little underscore past the T and it'll take you right there.
There you go. So yeah, he's got some good entertainment too. What's up, Derek White from Texas? Probably out there hunting. You lucky dog. FCP local and the what is that one? That's the national one. The Hookup Tackle. You guys heard of that one? You ever heard of that?
The Hookup is that's a pretty good YouTube channel. They're out of Arizona, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
They are like the largest mega bass dealer and a few other brands. I mean, it's pretty interesting. They're way they got things going.
I don't like mega bass.
Why?
Because I can't sell them.
Why can't?
Protect the territory. Gotta have. I'm too close to Hammonds.
Are you kidding?
No shit.
Man, see, this is why fishing's dumb. Well, I got out of it.
Yeah, I know. It's
Bunch of titty babies.
Well, I don't know about that, but like I tried to get mega
Man.
bass in the store, and I got told I couldn't sell them because I was too close to Hammond's.
That's dumb.
And I'm not knocking Hammond's people. Love Tim and them, great guys. Go buy your mega bass at
Yeah,
Hammond's.
but if you're gonna sell a product, put it in the store.
Can't do it.
What's it matter?
Can't do it. Got protective territories. I was gonna
That's
get. Hey,
ridiculous.
listen. When we was really getting the electric stuff, I wanted to carry Lumacraft boats. Can't do it.
Bass Pro Shop.
Got an Academy too close to
Oh
me.
my god.
Oh yeah, it's Academy. Academy sells them. Yeah, too close.
Who was that under? Was that under them or Academy?
I don't talking about
Like, not like who would not let you sell them? Lumacraft.
Lumacraft.
That's so.
Yeah, they're going to
So-
protect.
Manufacturer
Dumb.
protecting that, and
Yeah.
so yeah, so
You
mega.
think they'd want to move more product? Yeah, man, sell it. Come on, sell it.
Yeah, well, I can't.
It's ridiculous.
So I got Hammonds on this side of me. I got Country Sportsman in Rome. I think they got mega bass. I'm sure the dugout's got it. I am just right, but I'm too close by like 2 miles. 2 miles, man. But anyway,
Give 'em
mega
my
bass is a
address.
good product, huh?
Give them my address.
Can I give your address? That's where we're gonna start saying, hey, we can sell mega bass now. Let's see. How is that possible considering Cabela's and BPS carry mega bass? I ain't got a clue there, Phil. I don't know. Smarter people than me make those decisions. So
Probably some palm greasing going on in that
Yeah, that's a
zoning.
lot of money.
now we ain't gonna. Now you ain't accusing Hammonds of palm greasing, are you?
No, I'm talking about the big box.
I just want to
Let me correct that. The big box store
Yeah, I'm
that
just
that
so-
gentleman just mentioned, not
Yeah.
these ones.
They probably do. But yeah, that's the truth. That's one of the things a lot of guys go, hey, I want to own a tackle shop. If you guys knew that headache involved with that, you would not do it. Trust me.
Yeah, the national chains can probably get by more than some of the other stores.
They can. Also, I say that's crazy because I was reading some other comments about Bass Pro Shop and Dick's and all those. Ronnie Anderson, Cameron Petrovich, that is a YouTube channel. Is my favorite YouTube guy. Okay, well check him out. I don't know these names. That's a good thing about getting them all in there. You know, locally we had Dana Smith. I let Tim shout out his. When it comes to kayaking, again, there was one that you threw out there really quick. Do you remember?
No.
Gene,
Oh yeah, Gene Jensen.
Fluke Master.
Yep.
And then you had another one,
National Christine Fisher.
Christine Fisher. So let me ask you this: if you're looking at Gene, you're looking at Christine for looks. Which one are you looking at?
Gene's a good looking man.
No, you lie.
That's a married man
That's a
talking.
married man talking. And he's got.
Oh, John's pretty dang smart. That's the best
That's why
lesson you'll get on tonight's
That's why we
episode.
got him on here. So Ben Milliken is a YouTuber. We've got him put down kind of as a national thing. Of course, now listen. I'm telling you right now, don't matter what side of the debate you fall on with Ben, but Randy Blockett, whether you think he's I guess is that how you pronounce his last name? Is it Blockett or Blockett?
It's Blockett.
Uncle Randy.
Uncle Randy.
Yeah, just call him Uncle Randy. Everybody
Uncle
knows.
Randy does influence a lot more people than you think on YouTube. He's got a hell of a YouTube channel.
I don't know who you're talking about.
So let me anyway.
That man just said that on this podcast that he has no idea who Randy Blockett is.
Because here's what Blake did. A couple years ago, he went through a life change.
Shit.
He went through a life change, and he decided he was just going to back off from fishing for a while.
I didn't back off. I quit.
He quit. The problem with it is whether he knows it or not, whether he wants to admit it or not, he's dying inside to go fishing.
No.
And he knows you lie like a dog.
I'd rather spend $20,000 on a squirrel dog than
You do
20
like your
grand
squirrel
on a
dog.
bass boat.
You do like your squirrel
damn
dog
right.
hunt. Yeah.
It's
so-
more fun walking behind a dog in the woods and it's 20 degrees out here, cold wind blowing.
Yeah, but Blake, seriously.
I'm serious. I'd rather go trout fishing than bass fishing.
I know you
nowadays.
would. I know you would. I'm kind of getting there.
I told you.
I know I'm
You
kind of
get that bug,
I'm
son.
kinda
It
getting there.
happens.
But here's the thing, though. You know, Randy, if you guys have your own YouTube channels, and Randy Blockett gets his doors blown off by Ben Milliken, you listen. Hey, I'm not going to argue that, but I will tell you. Here's something that I noticed. Blake went from dishing to shooting squirrels out of the nest. Went from fishing. He said it's fishing.
Yeah.
Maybe, whatever. I don't know. But I'll tell you this. Two things. And this is the big debate, what I think a lot of people are missing. And what if you pay attention long enough, what's going to happen? Randy Blockett's old school. He's 62. Ben Milligan's he's a younger guy, 30-something. So you got old school and you got new school. Old school's always going to kind of resist the changes. You know, that's that. But in 15, 20 years, Ben Milliken's going to be the Randy Blockett. And there's going to be some of these high school guys that are coming up. And you watch, if you remember, sooner or later, you're going to have them guys telling Ben Milliken, you ain't caught a fish in 10 years. You don't know what you're talking about anymore. It's going to happen. Right now, Ben
Technology,
Milliken's
man.
hot.
Like you sit here and when they come out with live scope, you're like, man, they can't come out with nothing else. Wait another 5 years, ain't no telling
Well,
what
they'll
we're
do
gonna
that.
see.
But it's kind of what I'm noticing though in all this, and it goes on with drama. It's
That's
all
all the fishing is.
It
It's
is.
like that with any hobby. It's in the squirrel
It
dogs.
is.
It's in fishing, fly fishing, deer hunt. It's just like the deer that was shot on Dawson Forest.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to bitch about that.
I know.
What happened at the OMCBA World Hunt 2 weeks ago? Everybody wants to bitch about
Well,
that.
that's just the nature of our
It
society.
doesn't
right now.
matter. Everybody's got something to complain
They
and
do.
drama about.
They do. But I will tell you this, and this is all I'm going to say, is anytime I see drama with guides, it's always an older guide. As I'm saying, it's always an older guide who's thinking that a newer guide doesn't belong. It's just the way it is.
It's
And
the
if
way
you
of
pa-
life.
If you pay attention to this, it's always the same. You got Randy Blockett up here, is old school, and you got Ben Milliken down here, and you got some high school angler down here another 15 years down the line. And you watch it. It is a never-ending process that just repeats itself over and over again. The problem is the young guy doesn't respect what the old guy says. The old guy thinks the young guy's cheating with the technology. And if they would just both shut up long enough and realize that the whole goal is to help other people catch fish, they'd probably get along and agree with stuff. Don't you agree?
couldn't tell you.
Before
Yeah.
long, there'll be somebody making a video that goes, "Oh, Ben ain't caught a fish since 2026."
That's what I'm saying.
what-
And here goes the rock throwing.
What's going
Yeah.
to happen is, Ben made the elites.
Yeah.
If he has a shit year, people's going to rag him for that.
Well, yeah, they will. Yeah.
But the thing is, he made it. Where are you at?
Well, I get that.
You're fishing, Ben.
And I listen, and I'm not choosing sides on either one of them. I'm sure they're pretty good guys, and I'm sure if I sat down, I probably could drink a beer with both of them and have just a good time.
Yeah.
I do think though that sometimes there's stuff that you can learn from an older guy. There's stuff you can learn from the younger guy, and if they would kind of put their differences aside, they probably got more common ground than they think.
I don't know about more common ground, but they can learn off each other.
I think it was all set up.
Do you really
It's
think this
just-
is it's all clickbait?
I don't even know.
Randy's
what's
a
going on.
master at clickbait.
He is, but he admits it. He says he is.
Right. I think it was just a setup. I mean, it's been entertaining, but I'm sure both their channels had blown up even more than they already were. I mean, even just the reaction videos from other people's channels is focused on it.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
if it was a setup, it was very smart and done well.
What
You
happened?
think that-
Can I get a quick thing? What happened?
okay, so basically, Randy Blockett's against forward facing sonar. Thinks it's kind of ruining the sport.
Was
Ben is
there
pro.
not
I mean, that's
was there
it. Is that
pros?
not it in a nutshell? Just pretty much pro sonar, pro
Yeah.
forward facing, and
Yeah,
against forward
he
facing.
wants to keep everything. He wants to keep everything kind of old school tactics. None of this FFS live scoping and all that kind of crap. And he has figured out that's one hell of a niche to get clicks for clickbait.
Oh yeah, I agree.
They do. They do. And pull up that comment. Week 2K. I always say that stuff wrong. Milliken ain't nothing special to me. Think he's a bit hypocritical. He's shilling for 6 cents, complaining about other fishing
I mean,
companies.
6 cents makes great stuff. I fished the piss out of it for years,
Yeah, they do.
and there are
Ben
companies that
Milliken
are
is
shit.
part owner of 6 Cents.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Did
Yeah,
not know
you-
that.
You
I don't
see,
keep
he
up with
doesn't
him enough.
push that a whole lot. I'll give him credit on that. He didn't push it a whole lot as
Was
far
he-
as letting that be known. But
Was he there from the beginning, or did he just kind of buy into it when he started getting big, or was he there?
There's
from the
some
beginning?
sort of story as to how he ended up. He's gave tidbits in a lot of his
been there a
videos as
long
to how
time.
he ended up being
Yeah.
either the owner or co-owner.
See,
But I
remember,
don't know the.
I remember one of his
exacts.
old videos a long time ago. He was like throwing some crankbaits, and that's like what turned me on to 6 cents. It's down in Texas catching some fish on crankbaits.
Well, yeah, and again, like I said, I actually, be honest with you, I watched both of them. But with us doing the change with our company with the social media, we got stuff, these programs like vidIQ, TubeBuddy, and all that. We can go back behind and analyze their channels. And I'm going to tell you right now, listen, Ben Milliken's hot. Randy Blockett it ain't quite to the level of Ben's, but they're right there. I mean, Randy Blockett turns some views on a daily basis. The man's making money. I can tell you right now on YouTube. But he admits, he said it's all clickbait. He admits, like he did it a week or two ago or something like that, where he put out a basic video, how to do something with a worm. Nobody clicks on it. But if he says, this guy's lying about this, everybody.
See, that's when I liked his channel, was when he was doing the bait mods and all the little stuff like that. And I've quit watching since he's gone to the negativity. I don't enjoy it.
I get it. I will say, not to his defense, but to get views these days, it requires a little bit of being clickbait, and you got to have
Just
that
not my
bit.
view.
Just not your view.
I literally did it on my channel.
Got to have the catchphrase.
Yeah, if you want to see literal results, I did a video and I posted about the clickbait, and it's probably close to 5,000 and clicking, and it is absolutely useless. It's clickbait. I told people it was clickbait, and then and then next to it might be a video on how to fish a ditch, and nobody watches it. But they went for the clickbait, so I mean, it works.
They do.
It's the best bait.
Pull up Ryan's comment, and we're almost to the question of the week, guys. So we're going to do that after I read Ryan's comment. Now, you put a quotation mark around some guides across the country in your mind. Go ahead and put quotation marks around that. Some guides across the country think that the new and hot and successful guides that stay booked out are liars and thieves and don't belong out there and are encroaching. All I'm going to say to that comment is that Ryan is a very nice guy. That's happening a lot closer to home than you people think. That's all I'm going to say about that. And that's unfortunately sad because, again, it's a 38,000 acre lake. So the negative people usually always get more attention. That's true. It's like TMZ for fishing. Maybe that's what we should be. Maybe we should just be TMZ fishing.
If you
The clickbait of the month club.
Listen, if you did one episode a month on just the bull crap drama from North Georgia, Danny, that video would get more views than all the other ones in the month.
You're absolutely
listen,
spot on.
if you sat down and started calling people out, telling what was going on, hey, you start making some good money then. But you'd have people up here with a gun wanting to shoot you.
They would.
That's just the way. Hey, boys, I'm just trying to make some money.
I'm just trying to make some money.
Gun down.
Right there. So Jody, this Jody Self said, same here. I enjoyed Randy when he was doing the baits, but he unsubscribed when it became all the whining and stuff like that.
Well, he still does all of those. I mean, you can get the whole enchilada.
Encroaching how, Derek O says, basically,
You're on my
you're on my lake.
You're taking my
That kind of stuff. So that's kind of it. It's just kind of like, and it's just all it is it's old school and a new school. That's what I'm saying. It happens in every part of this industry. It's old school, new school. Like
Kevin got here just in time.
I see Kevin out there. I'll be honest. Listen, I do not get offended when people start other podcasts. It does not bother me as far as people. If their podcast is good, people will watch it. If the podcast is bad, it will eventually fade away. And that's just business. That's a circle of business. If a guide is good, his clients will keep coming back. If a guide is bad, his business will go under. And you can let the evolution of business take care of itself. And that's the way I see that. Are they butthurt that someone's as good or better? Yes. So, but anyway, to get back on the, I don't really want to go down that slippery slope. I know we're halfway down it, but I got to pull my leg out before it gets too deep. I haven't yet. I'm getting ready to. He's on my list. I hadn't got down to him. So Kevin said Kyle Welcher when we were talking upstairs. Now he does YouTube, right? Yes. And he is on podcast. He's on Facebook. We talked to him at ICAST, and he said he would come on this podcast. We just got to really get it scheduled sometime. I think he would be interesting to get his perspective because he's a young guy in the sport. And I think that would be, I still think if you did that from the old school elite guys and all those guys to the new ones, I know a lot of them in public at least get along, but I'd just be curious. You're a beautiful older guy. I mean, but I'm sure some of the younger things that the younger guys do, you probably shake your head at like, and then some of the younger guys might be looking at you going like, stuck in his ways. Now, maybe you not personally, but I think age, because I think that's the opinion. Yeah. That's about the opinion. And it's just like listening to your dad when you grew up. And this is the way I equate it. My dad's dad told him to do X, and my dad didn't listen. But then when he got his age, he turned right around and told me kind of the same stuff. And then I didn't listen. And now I'm his age. I'm like, you know what? Dad was probably right on a lot of stuff. Because it goes around, comes around. And that's what I'm saying. It is possible that Ben Milliken in 10, 15 years will be in Randy's shoes. And there'll be some young cat down here saying he's an idiot or whatever. And I'm not saying Ben said that, but I think that is some. All right, let's get to the question of the week, guys. All right, real quick. And I gotta thank Kevin again for this question too, because he pulled it up for me. Where did I write it down? Right here somewhere. I know what it was. All right. Let me find it. Again, this is for there you go. I wrote it right here. So this is for 50% off. $50. God almighty. I've got other stuff on my mind trying to keep my blood pressure down. $50 off at optionusa.com. Again, they got the new fluoro that's coming out. And again, I got some right here. We're going to put it this Paces. I'm actually, these guys don't know it, but the ones that fish, Blake don't get anything. I'm actually going to give Tim and Kevin and you
Well, you
a
said
roll
they
of
got
this.
some fly fishing line, right?
You want that 6-pound test to try as a leader?
Has it got
I'm
a
gonna
knot-
let
has it
you
got-
got-
Has it got a knot on the end of it?
No.
Then no.
Okay, so yeah.
I'm not
But I'm going to
talented
actually
enough.
let you guys have a roll of this when you
thank you.
leave today, and I want you to put it through its paces. I want a good, honest opinion. So what's up, Drew? So anyway, $50 off Option USA. Their 200-yard spools come out in about a week and a half, 2 weeks, right in there. So it is coming, and that would be a good way to use this. So here's the question. Again, I told you had to know something about Bull Durham. Philip Hutchinson, you won last week, so you're not eligible this week. I sent you your code, so let somebody else answer. So again, here we go. All right, this K-Dub has a great channel, definitely. Bull Durham. Coach Larry Hockett. Did I say that? Hockett, you reckon that's the way it's pronounced? Is it Hockett? Okay, he's one of the coaches in Bull Durham. He made a comment out on the pitcher's mound when talking to the guys during a mound visit. What makes a nice wedding gift? Coach Larry Hockett, what makes a nice wedding gift? You have to think about the show, think about the movie, think about what's going on. They're out there talking to Nuke. I believe Nuke's father was in the stands.
Scott Edwards not got it already?
Nope, it's not lollygag, but he does say, yeah, lollygag. Yeah, no, that's not it. So what makes a nice wedding gift? Think about the movie. They're out there talking about the first baseman needs a bucket of fried chicken to take the curse off his glove.
I've still never seen it.
No,
so.
I haven't seen it.
Candlesticks. All right, so NB came in first. Did you call it?
Chris Nation. Look how
But
he's
look,
rolling
them
in.
guys rolling in, but who's the first one? Tim, you are the official caller of that.
It has to
The
be
first
him.
one that popped up was the Innate Outdoors.
NA Outdoors. All right,
it was very
Candlesticks.
close with the Nation under it, but Innate Outdoors is
Okay, so that's the first one. So, guys, again, appreciate you got edible underwear, Kevin Underwood. No,
Yeah.
Kevin, this is the wrong show.
it
You're on the wrong
probably
podcast.
is the right show. Edible underwear.
We're going back to the old
Anyway,
days.
so hey, yeah, we're really dealing with some serious shit here. That's exactly what he says in that. You got to watch the scene. The pitcher is struggling. His
Sounds
dad.
like a crappy movie.
No, it's great. Kevin Costner comes out. The first baseman's got a curse on his mitt. The local easy girl is getting married to the guy.
Easy girl.
Yeah, so that's a nice way to say it.
Ah, so she's a
Yeah, that's a nice way of saying it. And
lot lizard.
Nuke can't read out his eyelids or whatever. So so the coach comes out, says that Kevin Costner says, all right, we need a bucket of chicken. We need this, that. And he looks at the coach and goes, we're dealing with some serious shit right here. And he goes, the candlesticks always make a nice gift. And we can see where she's registered. And
I'm trying to think
Let's
of
go.
a baseball movie I like so much.
well, you need to watch Bull
It's got
Durham.
Hot Thing in it. What's his
Got to
name?
get the curse off the glove.
Wild thing.
Yeah, Wild Thing. What's that one?
Major League.
Yeah, Major League.
That's a good one.
That's a damn good one.
Are you saying Jesus Christ couldn't hit a curveball? You remember that,
Yeah.
that scene? That's
I
my
like
favorite.
when they go in there and old boy's got what's he called, his little statue he's praying to and everything because he can't hit
That's
the
what
ball.
I'm talking about. Yeah.
What's he call it?
Joe
Yeah,
Boo. Joe Boo.
Yeah.
Joe Boo.
Hey, bartender, Joe Boo needs a refill. Yeah, so Joe Boo, he take the curse off a bot. Bot's no good. Bot's sick. And the guy goes, he goes, you might want to consider taking Jesus as your personal savior. He turns and goes, I like Jesus, but he's no good. He's no good with the curveball. And then that guy goes, are you saying Jesus Christ couldn't hit a curveball? It's like one of the best scenes in the whole thing.
This is a great one.
Joe Boo. So it's funny. All right. Anyway, now, you guys, yeah, and you know how we are, guys. We go down these rabbit holes. We get off of everything. It's just the way it works around here.
More of a comedy show than a fishing show. I think.
Us,
Yeah.
we're chameleons. I can change color. We can be whatever. We can go right into turkey hunting right now if we wanted to. I don't know if John would get into it, but
You
we
don't
could.
turkey hunt.
Anything but politics.
You want to talk Desmond Ritter? How bad he is?
Desmond Ritter. No, listen. I
Yeah.
got to get to the angler of the year, man. I got to get to the
He
angler.
won that like a couple months ago.
Who's that?
I don't know whoever won it.
No, the real anglers of the year. Now let me ask.
Really? He
Yeah.
only won $100,000 in trophy.
Yeah, F&G goes. We go all across the board. I think that's why people like us, and also I think that's why people don't like us. we have fun with it. Hey, listen, life's too short to be too daggone serious. We're here just for you guys. It's like all of us sitting around a campfire at deer camp, drink a cold one, and we're all telling lies, and we're all talking about all our escapades and all this, and we stretch the truth, and that's just it is what it is. So, all right, here we go. Now, the best angler. Now, we did not ask nationally, so I did not. I was doing all this more locally. But if you had to name a national angler right now, who's the best of the best out there? And you might can come from the kayak world or the pro world. Tim, who's the best all around angler out there right now?
God, put me
National,
on-
like a pro,
National.
a pro.
Let me see the notes.
Probably Jacob Wheeler.
Jacob Wheeler.
Yeah.
You think Kevin says Jacob Wheeler? You don't count.
I don't keep up.
But who would you say just off the ones you know?
I really don't know.
What about Gussie?
Gussie. You talking about the?
No. Not compared to Jacob.
Yeah, Gussie.
Wheeler is the man. Patrick Walters, KVD, Brian Thrift. KVD's washed up right now.
Overall, KVD would have everything.
Oh, yeah, KVD's like the Godfather right now. Yeah, but who's hottest right now? You would go with Wheeler. Patrick Walters is a daggum
Is Wheeler
hammer.
still winning? When's the last time he's won anything?
Well, listen, Earnhardt would go through winless streaks, but everybody still thought he was the best when he was racing.
I thought Jordan Lee was the damn biggest thing there for a while, especially 2 back-to-back classics.
Jordan Lee's a
Well,
good
didn't
one.
he win like 2 or 3 Red Crest too? That MLF junk?
I don't know. I don't keep up with pros.
I don't either because I don't care.
I don't either. So that's why I'm having to defer on everybody else. Isn't the AOY the literal bar for the most consistent? Who was the AOY this year? Is that Welcher? What did Welcher win?
Welcher did win it.
Angler of the year.
Yeah, Welcher won it. Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean,
But that goes to this only one series.
right. I'm going to say Ben Milliken qualifying for both the Classic and the Elite is pretty impressive.
Yeah, it's impressive, but that doesn't mean he's the best.
Christie, we got to vote for Christie.
Christie's still decent, but he struggled this year.
Yeah. Mr. Restrictor Plate. That's right.
I don't know, man. You know what they ought to do?
What should they do?
Make one giant organization. Like, okay, you got the elites, right?
Oh, here we go. He's pontificating.
All right.
That's serious.
This might take me 10 minutes to get down the rabbit hole, but
All right.
you go
There
back,
we go.
you got the BFLs. You start at your BFLs and all that. You got your ABAs, all that crap.
Yep.
But you make one big professional league, just one, and you travel the whole country and everything. And even if it's 200 guys, you say you take the MLF, the National Professional League, Bassmaster, every bit of them come together.
Who runs it?
I think it should still be under Bass. I
Yeah,
think
but-
Bass is, look how long they've been running, they ain't had any problems or anything. Best run organization there is. But what I'm saying is, like, you keep I think like BFLs and all that, that's like your JV guys on the up and up trying to make it to the big guys. You keep all those
Yeah.
series and everything going, but you combine all the big ones to make one giant one. And even if it's 150 guys or whatever,
I get that.
You do
In
that.
a perfect world, that'd be fine. But I think there's too much money involved, too much control.
think how much
involved.
money that would make, though.
Yeah, but like, listen, it's like who you going to put in charge of? And you say Bass because they've been around it, but then you got the MLF, you got the other guy saying, no, we can run it better.
Oh, yeah,
I think
Boyd
that'd be-
Duckett could run it. Yeah.
Money
it's all
rules
about
the
the money.
world. I hate to say it, and when it comes to stuff like that, I think what you're dreaming would be great. I think it would also cause so many headaches that it'd never happen.
I mean, it's never going to happen.
You got egos. Too
Yeah, I
many
mean,
egos.
look at like the UFC right now. You got guys leaving UFC to go fight for other promotions.
A senior league. Yeah.
I think Phil's exactly right on that comment.
I think tournaments are probably going to fall apart mostly due to how the money has gone from the pros to social media influence.
Yeah, he's spot on right there.
And again,
the YouTube
that's
YouTube guys influence new anglers purchasing lures much more so than a tournament.
Far more. I said that the other day. If it cost me $10,000 to put a sticker on a boat, that $10,000 would be better spent to me. I'd give it to a kayak angler or somebody because I know they're going to say my name on social media. You know, it is that. It's all about social media now. And again, that goes back to the Milliken kind of thing too. So,
If you want to really get into the social media thing, I mean, you'd have to look at, you got to look at him where he started out on YouTube, started fishing the BFLs, all that. He's like, what would you call it?
who's the guy that wears the orange hoodie?
Skeet Reese?
No, is it Josh Jones? I might be saying that. He was a YouTuber though that went out. He started like in crappie fishing. He was one of the first ones that got on forward facing sonar and crappie, and he went over to bass.
You're talking about the guy that catches the, like super monster.
Yeah, he's that.
Yeah, it's Josh Jones with the orangish.
Yeah,
Big
yeah.
heavyset guy got the real long hair.
He got long hair and he wears that.
Pissed everybody off because the forward face is so long.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, he's
He
big.
catches some.
He's got a whole fan club of haters.
That's what I'm saying. So that social media brings on the haters too, like that, because he was part of that Share Lunker program in Texas, and was catching just tons of them. I listened to a podcast that he was on. I think he was on Zal Dangerous too. There you go. I'm shouting out another podcast. Zal Dangerous. That
Use some WD-40 on this chair.
you just don't need to be so fat. You need to lose some weight.
You're right,
Danny,
Danny, but I can't help it. Look at you. You're on TV and you still look big.
Listen, TV ads. TV ads. That's why
It's the layers of clothes because it's so cold down
yeah,
there.
He's got it so cold down
We're
there.
using a wide angle lens tonight.
TV makes you look big. Well, I guess I should start doing porn or something like that. Just make
Oh,
myself
there
feel
we
better.
Here we
Go
go
put-
again.
Midget porn. Can you say midget these
No,
days?
shut
I
up.
don't think you can say that.
Small people. I'm like just. I mean, I'm one of them. I mean, I'm right there. So I would just be a tall little person.
You can't talk like that.
Oh, I can.
It's 2023.
It is.
We're supposed to be progressive.
How is that not being progressive?
That's taking steps back, Danny.
We're going political all of a sudden.
Say right. We went political.
Down the rabbit hole.
Down the rabbit hole. So I used to watch Zaldane until he went Guggen Squad.
I guess Mega Bass didn't pay him
Well,
enough.
alrighty then.
Chasing, yeah. So anyway, it is what it is. All right, so let's get to our anglers. Let's get to our local anglers of the year. John B., I'll get to your question as soon as we get done with this. Now, the reason that John is here tonight, and this is my pick. This is my pick because I went across the whole Fish North Georgia group thing, and you guys, either whether it's in the brag board or whatever, you guys are always posting content, pictures, and all that. And I decided this year that I wanted to pick a fan of the year. And not really that he's a fanboy or nothing like that, but a person that participates in our group page with content, with positivity, and just a genuinely good guy who actually catches some pretty daggum big fish, even if he is a kayak guy. And I won't give up his spots or nothing like that. But John is here tonight because he's my choice for, I'm going to say fan of the year, but it's not fan of the year, but just for our angler of the year from our followers group.
Cool. Thank you.
So you know what? And it's very good. Let's give him a clap. Let's give him a clap right there. Now let me tell you a little bit though, how I met John. We did a podcast with Shannon Gorman. And you immediately reached out because back then you were just kind of getting into fishing and you were trying to figure out how to use maps
Right.
and stuff like that. And so you've progressed just from going. And I remember your personal best at that time it wasn't very big,
No, it was like just over 3 pounds.
3 pounds. And you were like, I got to figure out how to catch it. And so over the last 3 to 4 years, I don't know how long we've been around. I can't keep up with it. I've watched you progress in your angling abilities, also in your filming abilities, because you are one of the people that Tim Hancock would be proud of because you do throw a cast to catch.
Yeah.
And you throw it out there. Now, you've caught some really good bass, but the fish that impresses me the most of all of them was this big giant catfish that you caught. And tell everybody a little bit about that catfish.
Throwing a chatterbait bass fishing and hooked into a 46-inch flathead.
Where at?
In a kayak.
Can't tell you.
He can't tell you that. He can't drop his
But
spots.
I did the same thing.
I
on
had
a
the
crankbait.
had the cameras rolling. It was 19 minutes from hook set to landing him,
Wow.
and bottomed out my 50-pound scale, so we never got a weight.
Was he up shallow when it happened?
About 5 feet deep,
Same thing, dude.
and it drug that kayak all over the place.
About March, April.
And it was March.
Same thing with me.
Oh,
But
you
mine
guys
was
are
only there.
catfish
Okay, okay,
brothers.
one there. But yeah, and then stood in the water with him about 10-15 minutes from a revive and kicked off, swam away.
That's just
Which,
those are stories.
but I
that
will
you can
say
tell.
it was a cool catch.
See,
It
we
would've
even
been a
have
cooler
bonding moments
catch.
here. It's
we
great.
bonded, yeah.
Right. It would have been a cooler catch if I was targeting that species.
Yeah.
So I lucked
No,
into this.
No,
giant
no.
catfish.
Listen, if you ain't throw it in there, you're not going to get caught. You're not going to catch fish. You made the cast. You caught the fish
What'd you think it was? When
when you first hooked it. Yeah.
Because it probably took you a while to
Snapping
sit.
turtle, because I catch snapping turtles all the time. I've caught a snapping turtle on a buzzbait. So
Good
I
Lord,
know.
I ain't never done that.
I didn't know
So-
it was that fast.
Who the hell catches a snapping turtle on a buzzbait, John? But
You let him keep it.
yeah. Did you get
And
your
I
buzz?
actually got that buzzbait back.
No.
I lost a few spinner baits.
Ooh,
to
wow.
him.
But again, from me, and you come up to the store, and I didn't tell you when you said you were coming up here tonight. I didn't tell you I was going to give you this or nothing like that. But I want to say, from us at Fish North Georgia, and hopefully from the people that, number one, we enjoy the fact that you post your content on our page, that you have fun with it. You are positive, and you're just a genuinely good dude, man. So
Cool.
thank you very much. Like that. Now, enough ass kissing. Now let's get to the other angles.
Yes, sir.
Now, kayak, the best overall kayak angler, in our opinion, right now, in the state of Georgia, that's not what I would say a professional. We made the choice because you're more in that group. We talk, and I know this gentleman very well, not personally, but I know of him. He's consistent with posting, and he's catching fish everywhere, and that is Deshaun Johnson.
Yes, sir.
Deshaun Johnson. So the 2023 Kayak Angler of the Year from Fish North Georgia. No, you're not getting a trophy or a plaque. You're just getting recognized because we're too damn cheap. But it's Deshaun Johnson, and I tell you what, he is a multi-species angler. I mean, if I'm not right, he mostly bass, but he'll go catch some crappie and stuff here and there.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah. Well, you okay?
Yeah, it's burped.
Oh, I didn't know what you was like. You blew up over there.
No.
Oh, yeah,
All right.
his mic went in the red on that one.
You did. That's what I'm
I
saying.
apologize.
You
Whoever has to
apologize
edit
right
this.
there.
And again, in addition to catching fish, he's an incredibly nice guy.
Used to work at Cabela's.
Yes, sir.
Used to work at Cabela's, doesn't it? So there you go. So Deshaun, if
Yeah,
you're watching
DJ,
this,
DJ the Bassmaster.
DJ the Bass, does he got a YouTube channel?
He does. You can find DJ the Bassmaster. Just look for that. I think he's got Instagram, some YouTube. You'll find him.
Yeah. So definitely, want to say thank you to Deshaun for your contributions to our Fish North Georgia page, because you post your content on there as well and all that. And I think he's been on the show with Ryan. I think he was here one night. I was not in.
He was.
Yeah, I was not here that, so I haven't had the opportunity to meet him, but I do know that we watch his videos and his pictures and stuff like that. And he serves our country. He's in the reserve or something like
I
that,
believe
because
so.
he was posting pictures the other day in a uniform like that. So not
He
only
was
is he a great angler,
fishing at Fort Stewart while
Fort
he's supposed to be
Stewart.
doing National Guard type stuff.
hey, listen,
Maybe he was reconning
Sounds
the
like some
pond.
water-
I don't know,
water
but the
plant
E4
police.
Mafia was hard at work.
yeah,
I saw it.
it doesn't matter. You know what? He's serving our country, and we want to say thank you
Hooah.
for that. Is he a Marine or is he in the Army? Army.
Army.
Okay. What do Army guys say?
Hooah.
They say what?
Hooah.
Put the camera on you.
Hooah.
How you spell that?
Hooah.
Hooah.
Yeah.
I couldn't understand
Marines
what you're
say
saying.
hoorah.
Marines go hoorah,
Hoorah. Yeah, they're hoorah.
and Army guys go hooah,
Hooah.
and Air Force guys go what? And then we're gonna get to the
I
Navy.
think they're wondering what's for dinner, and maybe the beans were cold. I don't know.
Is that
They
what it
got
is?
nice food.
What was you in?
Who?
Was you in the military?
Yeah, Army.
Army? All right. So you got any things to say about the Navy guys?
No.
Because every Navy goes hey
Is that
or
what they
whatever.
do? I
No,
don't
listen,
know.
we appreciate all of them. Anybody that served, they did what I didn't want to do. I did not serve, and there are nights in my life that I'm like, I wish I'd have done that. I really wish I'd have done that.
Pond recon. There you go.
Pond recon. I really do. I really do wish I'd have done that. So, all right. So then we went to electric only, and we chose this guy because of consistency across the board. Now, he does not win every tournament, but he's always in contention in any and every tournament that he does fish. And so our electric only angler of the year is Chris Gayton. And but that was a tough one. There were some really good ones that in their thing, but just it seems like wherever he goes, he is he's one of the most consistent guys out there. Now, I'm going to preface by saying that the electric only anglers down on the south side do not know them as well. So again, this is basically making a judgment on the northern guys. I know there are some hellacious electric only anglers down on the south end, and we'll start paying attention to that a little bit more. But anyway, yeah, Chris Gayton, our electric only angler of the year. Now, bass. This one was a little tougher. Only because there's so many good anglers, and even on here tonight, you got your Bar Days of the world, and excuse me, just old school guys that you see your name, so this is more local bass tournament guys, and really it boiled down to two people in the conversations that were had. So it's kind of like a 1A and a 1B, a 1A and a 1B. So I'm going to give you the 1B first. And the reason being is because he is consistently in the top 5 if he's not winning the tournaments that he takes part in.
Is this all over on Lanier?
This is North Georgia.
Okay.
These all your Highland Reservoir lakes, I would say. But he's very, 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 very good on Lanier. Yeah. And actually, I spoke to him. He's actually going to come on the show after Christmas. We're going to sit down and talk with him. But our 1B tournament bass angler of the year is Alex Prince. And so if you keep up with the Scott Barnes tournaments, I believe he's from up towards, and y'all correct me if I'm wrong on this, because I've never met the gentleman. I just talked to him over Messenger, but I believe the young man is from, I would say the Chattooga or Blue Ridge North area, up in that area right there. But I do know that in conversations that we have in the shop throughout the entire year, this guy's name gets brought up. And if somebody knows he's in the tournament, they're like, well, it's going to be tough to beat him. So he's our 1B. Our 1A is basically the same thing. And he got the nod up because of a tournament that he won that qualified him for the Red Crest. And that is Emil Wagner. So this year's Angler of the Year 1A would be Emil Wagner. And the cool thing about both of these guys, I said Colin Steele, I'd vote Alex Prince and Emil. Well, there you go. He nailed them, both of them. So that's it. So we're going with Emil. And
another Georgia angler that just made a big series. Fishes Lanier.
I don't know. But I'm telling you right now, them two right there, if you watch the tournament trails and all that, you're going to see Emil and you're going to see Alex's name if it's local. And Emil is making his step to the next level. He qualified. What did he win over there on Hartwell? He won. It was a BF
All-American.
All-American.
Yeah,
That's what it was.
All-American.
He won the All-American, and that qualified him for going to fish the Red Crest and all that. So that's a big deal. That's a pretty big deal for a local, and they're young, man. Both of these guys are young. What about working man angler? What do you mean, Ryan, about working man angler?
That would be the weekend warrior.
Well, I didn't. Yeah, Ryan. Yeah.
The
reason you couldn't be here tonight was because you had to go to bed early because you got a tournament tomorrow.
I got to get up at 4 a.m.
Yeah, John's got to get up at 4 and go to work, and he's here. Oh, we're just going to have to work with him on that. But yeah, but I mean, listen, North Georgia's got so many good ones. I can tell you another one you need to pay attention to coming up. You got Buddy Benson. Buddy Benson can flat out fish. Matt O'Connell. Did I say his last name right? I always mess up people's name. Matt was on the show. He does very well. And then you've got guys that are pros that live in Georgia. Guys who don't get to fish all the time. Well, that sounds like sour grapes, Ron, right there. But that sounds like I don't get to fish all the time. Tuna. That's a good one right there. Bank fishermen again. Jeremiah, listen, I mean, you're the only one I know. So I don't know any of them. So it's kind of hard to, you can't be in I can't give you an award for you're the only one I know. So if we can get more bank guys. Now I will say this, that's a good one. Joseph Gayton on the kayak scene. Gayton wins a lot of stuff. He's a hell of a fisherman. Guys who work 40 plus hours a week and are hammers for that class. Temples, we went with Gayton on the Electric World, but again, that's North Georgia kind of. I don't know that he's being for real. I would go Harold Grizzle. What do you think about that?
Harold Grizzle, he's the old guy who's always.
I would say Harold Grizzle's one of the best out there.
Is that who Ryan knows?
I mean, Harold Grizzle, if he shows up at a tournament, and I don't know how much he works through the week, I'm just guessing. I don't know his work schedule.
But I don't keep up with
that's a tough one. But there's a lot of great ones. There's a lot of great ones out there. I'm just going with the ones I know. If you were here, you would know more of them. That'd be easier on me. But Barday says there's some high school kids on Allatoona that are biding their time. Just wait. I believe you 100%. 100%. I believe you. And again, like we're not. Alex Green is a good one, and he's more the rivers and stuff. So we're kind of blessed in this area to have so many good guys.
A lot of good anglers around here.
There are a lot of good anglers, a lot of good hunters, a lot of good outdoorsmen. Period. Ryan, sorry. We're just giving you hell, dude. Like if you had to pick one kayak guy right now, and you know a bunch of them, but let's just say, let me pose this question to all of you. Tim, you too. I'll pose it to all of you. And it's got to be a local guy. Got to be a local guy. If your life depended on it, on a kayak guy winning a tournament, who would you pick? Your life depends on it.
Which lake or what type of?
It doesn't matter. You just name the one person. It doesn't matter. Who would be the one guy in the state of Georgia that you would pick if your life depended on? They gotta win a tournament for you to live tomorrow.
How about just have a decent sack?
I hate hypotheticals, but I'd go with Deshaun.
I'm good with that.
I think he puts so many fish in the boat that he's going to catch big fish just because of the numbers.
Hey, that's a great answer. That's a great answer. Tim, your life depends on it. You got to pick one.
He stole my answer. That's what I was going to say is DJ.
Deshaun.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. And that's and you're a big boat guy.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know a lot of kayak guys, but.
No, you didn't have to pick a kayak guy. It could have been anybody. I didn't know.
I thought it was just kayaks.
No,
we'll go with DJ.
Listen, okay, yeah, but that's okay. So if it was a kayak thing, you'd pick DJ. But now let's go to the boat. That's why your answer shocked me a little bit.
Oh,
I was like, really? Okay, but same question back to you. Let me rephrase it, Tim. Put the camera back on your beautiful face. There you go. I want to see your brain think a little bit. You got one guy. Your life depends on it. You don't wake up tomorrow morning unless this guy wins a tournament tonight. Who you going with?
Oh Lord. Jonathan Farmer.
You're going with Jonathan Farmer?
Yeah, I think Jonathan can do it.
Hey, okay. Listen, that's Jonathan can fish.
It's like bail me out, dude.
I'm Ryan. I'm gonna get to your thing here in a second. Now, Kevin, I know you're off camera, but if you had to pick one guy that you know of in the state of Georgia, your life depends on whether you pick a meal. You pick a meal. I know you're like, listen, you're shit out of luck, dude. You don't know who to pick.
I know. Hey, you see that big old sign right there?
You would pick Brock Turner.
I do. I love Brock, and I know he catches fish. I don't know if he's still fishing a lot because he had that baby, but hey,
he does get out there.
If I needed somebody to go catch fish, possibility of winning, I'd pick Brock. I'd trust Brock.
I would have.
Hey, he puts good tires on my truck, and he puts fish in the boat. Turner Tire, Jasper, Georgia.
Well, okay. Well, okay, there you go. Well, still, I think honestly, given what I've seen this year, that if my life depended on a local angler, it would be hard pressed for me not to pick a meal. Like if I knew I wasn't going to go home and see my wife, and that's a deep question, I know, but I mean, there's a lot of guys out there that are qualified to do that, but just based on results and just consistency, I don't know how you can't go with a meal. Pull up Ryan's big thing right there. Had an interesting conversation today about the separation of guys who are considered the best, but they just fish all the time, and that's basically it. And guys who work all the time and are in contention. And that okay, so that is a thing, and that's why a lot of trails don't allow guides because they're on the water all the time. So that is a thing, but it also, I guess the ABA does not allow guides, if I'm not mistaken, or pros. It's one of the two. So that is your working class. Didn't you think about, weren't you considering fishing that a little bit?
ABA?
Yeah.
I watched it that one night.
You watched it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Big Shanty too.
Big Shanty. Those are some good guys.
Yeah.
They do some good stuff. That is a good question. I mean, how do you, and it is, because we are talking about the best of the best. How do you separate? And again, it's kind of like, take guitarists. My favorite's Eddie Van Halen. Bar none, I think he's the greatest thing to ever touch six strings. But I like rock and roll music like that. A guy that likes blues is going to pick Stevie Ray Vaughan or some. An old school guy's going to pick Jimi Hendrix or Page. And so I guess it all goes down to with the fishing. What qualifies somebody to be the best?
Winning, making money.
Winning, making money. That's your qualifications. No, I mean, they're fair qualifications.
If you're making a living, making money, and you're beating everybody, you're one of the best.
Yeah. There are very few guys who can balance 40 hours and fish hard enough to separate yourself from the local scene. Very true. I knew Bardet would go Stevie Ray Vaughan because he's a Bama fan, and he's going to be something different than me.
Clapton.
You like Clapton? You like Slow Hands? Listen, I like Stevie Ray Vaughan. Hey, who's your favorite guitarist back there, Tim?
Probably Jimi Hendrix.
See, it's weird. It's
Bro,
just
we're like all over the place,
Well, we
Everybody's
are-
got an
but yet
opinion.
not.
yeah, but you know what? If we had we'll post it. If we had a Mount Rushmore guitarist, I would say there's a pretty good chance that all the ones that we picked have a possibility of being on there.
With
Definitely.
Mount Rushmore wrestling, you'd get 50 different people.
You would. Who's your Mount Rushmore? Joe Satriani's good. John B. Stevie Ray Vaughan's good. I still think Eddie's the best that ever touched it. There's been two guitarists that actually changed the landscape, Jimmy and Eddie, but the rest of them are really good. Really good. And they're all good. They all could be considered the best. Depends on what kind of music you like. If you had to pick a Mount Rushmore of fishing right now, and it could be any genre. I mean, like, who you would put KVD up there? Rick Clunn,
And that would go,
KBD?
and that goes back to making money and winning.
Marcus King is good. Okay. Nixon, where's your Roland Martins and your Bill Dances come in? And I say that because, listen, you're all about making money. You said winning and making money. They won back in the day, but they made their money more. Like Bill made more money probably on TV than he did, but he made money.
And see, that was back, before tournament fishing was real big, and the TV shows were still the big thing.
Paul Marks Jr. is one. And listen, and I will say this: I
Paul
struggled.
Marks is who I was thinking.
I struggled not putting Paul Marks on that, and I did. And I'll be honest with you, because his name came up in the conversation. Because I really could have a 1A, 1B, 1C. I really could. But here's the thing: they're all young. They're all young kids that are out there just kicking butt and taking names. But okay, so but you come from a different kind of world perspective of fishing.
So little about tournament fishing.
Yeah, so who would be your Mount Rushmore?
I just
Pick whoever. I mean,
it just honestly, it doesn't matter. I fish for me. I
like this
it's,
guy.
It's on.
John,
I like his guy.
I have no interest in making money fishing. It's
okay, so pull up Phil's conversation. Mount Rushmore fishing: Flip Pallet, Bill Dance, the In Fisherman Bros. So you got the In Fisherman guys are your northern guys.
I don't know who they are.
Yeah, you do.
And I don't know who
You
Flip Pallet is.
Flip Pallet. I've heard the name. I don't know, but
don't-
you know.
You never
the
heard of
Fisherman.
the Dave and Al Linder, the
Linder?
Linder guys?
No.
No.
They're like
Me and him neither have.
okay. So, but that why? That's because you were born south of the Mason-Dixon line. I mean, I'm being true.
I guess.
So, oh god, what's that guy's ass I grabbed at ICAST?
the big guy. I can't remember his name.
Oh, come on, Danny.
You should know.
I grabbed a whole handful of his
How
butt.
many guys have you been grabbing?
That's the only one.
Yeah,
I've ever-
that's a lie.
Yeah,
No.
but he can't remember.
Him and
Um,
Ryan used to be over
Good
there.
grief.
You grabbed what?
What's his name? Ryan, if you're still watching, put his name out there. He's the Bill Dance of up north. Big, huge guy, got the the brown hair.
Babe Winkleman.
Babe Winkleman. I didn't tell you that story.
You
Sounds like
grabbed
that guy
Babe
off Ace
Winkleman's
Ventura.
ass.
Yeah, I grabbed Babe Winkleman's ass.
Wow.
Yeah, you know, I'm like the only guy in the state of Georgia that's had a handful of Babe Winkleman's ass.
And probably lived to tell it. He's a pretty tough old dude.
Hey, let me tell you the story real quick. We're down at ICAST. I see Babe Winkleman walk up, and I look at Ryan. I go, "That's Babe Winkleman." And Ryan goes, "You want to?" Yeah, so he goes, "You want to go talk to him?" I'm like, "No, I'll leave him alone. Leave him alone." He goes, Ryan being Ryan goes, "No." So me and Adam went on this way, and Ryan goes down and gets him, and then we get to talking. Babe Winkleman is like he's taller than Ryan, or as tall as Ryan. He's like 6'7". So after a 15-minute conversation, Ryan goes, "Can I take your picture?" I throw my arm around him. Well, my arm is right there on his hip, and Babe is looking at the camera. And he goes, "Hey," he's grabbing my ass, and I reached down there and I just grabbed a handful of that old man's butt.
You never met him in your life.
Never met him in my life. I grabbed a handful of
He
Babe, and he
didn't.
goes, "Whoo!" And he, yes, Jeremiah, I grabbed Babe Winkleman's ass. I did. FNG quote of the year. I did.
You need a shirt that says that.
I grabbed, but so listen. Though, here's the funny part. He laughed. He gave out this like woo kind of thing, and he smiled, and he had a good time because we just treated him like a normal guy, not Babe. You know, I grabbed
Who's
his ass.
Babe Winkleman?
He is the Bill Dance of up north, dude. The guy's caught everything. He's got like 180 episodes just on Waypoint alone. The guy's been around forever. Older guy. He's in his. I think he's in his late 70s.
Who's the?
Gotta be late 70s.
Late 70s.
I know one of y'all got to know him. He's got that TV show. He's an older guy now. Got white hair, white beard. TV show in Georgia. Fishes all over Georgia. He used to be on dang PBS and stuff.
I ain't got a clue.
Orlando.
I don't know. He did an episode on Lanier one time, and it was wintertime, and they were throwing some bills. I thought it was the coolest thing ever.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know either.
I don't know what you're talking about. Listen, Babe. So next day we're sitting in a meeting with Waypoint TV, and I'm sitting with Adam, the producer, and all the high ups, all these executives of Waypoint. And Babe comes walking in, and he's looking at me, and like I said, he's old, and he's looking at me like, "I know you, but I can't remember you." So Babe walks up to the TV, and I said, "What's up, Babe?" You know, like that, and he's like, I said, he looked at me like, "I know you, but I can't." I said, right in front of all these TV executives and everything, I said, "I grabbed a handful of your ass yesterday." He goes, "And I loved every second of it." He goes, "I remember you now."
Made your day, didn't it?
Well, it
Don't take a lot to get you excited.
it scared the hell out of the producer of the TV show because here's all these important people, and he thought Danny's being Danny, but they all laughed and had a good time with it. So, I mean, how many people's claim to fame can be? Had a handful of Babe's ass.
I feel like you're trying to hold my hand. Your hand keeps getting
No,
closer,
man, I'm just
closer to me.
I'm getting comfortable.
No.
I'm getting comfortable. Jimmy Houston,
You're
Hank
next,
Parker.
Blake.
Do what?
You're next.
Yeah.
You're next, Blake. You get near him.
Hey, listen, Blake, it's dark outside. It's dark outside.
Need an escort to the truck.
Oh, we're gonna do that, John. Are you regretting staying up with us right now?
No, I will be when the alarm goes off.
That's
in the
exactly
morning.
right. Did anyone else watch the old school ESPN Outdoors on Saturday mornings? I watched the Spanish Fly. Do you remember that?
That was like the guys doing the saltwater fishing, wasn't it?
The old, I'm gonna say Spaniard. I don't know what he was, so I don't know what the proper term is. But he's out there, and he's of that origin, and he's out there catching all these fish, and he got that cool accent. He looks like if you want to go be reincarnated into a sun drenched kind of guy. That's the same guy, man. That's Jose Wiebe. There you go. So see, I knew he was that.
Hey, even Barday knew that.
Jose, yeah. So I don't know which spelling is correct, but I grew up watching him.
Oh.
I watched your Bill Dance, and I watched your Orlando Wilson that used to live down there in off Roswell somewhere with the Braves hat. Off of 92. Yeah, had the lake in his front yard. And I watched that, but I always remember that was the one show, the Spanish Fly or whatever, that I had Flip Pallet on it. He's Hispanic. Okay, that's the right way to say it. I didn't know if he was from down south here or from Spain or whatever, but anyway, I watched that show and I was mesmerized. I couldn't fly fish. I didn't do nothing, but just watching him make these casts and just reeling in these bonefish and everything. I watched that show. So I don't know what else you watched. You probably watched Barney or something. I ain't even want to talk like Rugrats or stuff. What'd you watch growing up?
Bill Dance.
Bill Dance. Okay. What about you, Tim?
Oh, I used to stay up late at night to watch the Bill Dance show.
Danny's got zero Spanish pronunciation skills. I don't know how do you say it?
You know what's bad? I'm sitting here trying to remember who Bill Dance is because I've been out of it so long. He's the one who,
Tennessee had done that.
yeah, the one who
The one
used to
always
have all the
gets hurt.
stupid skits and
Yeah.
everything back in the day, like back in the John boating in and sinking and all that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he known for his bloopers.
That's what I remember.
He's
Bill
from
Dance for.
Florida. Probably Cuban American. Okay, my bad. But again, the Wiggles. You watched the Wiggles.
I don't know what that is.
I actually met Bill Dance 2 years ago. Me and Ryan did down at ICAST first time. And now that is the one. Now I will say this: we were in line, and here's KVD, here's all these pros around us all week down there. The only one that I was in awe of was Bill Dance. The only one that I would actually went up to and spoke with was Bill Dance. And I mean, I'm serious. Like, we're in the lunch line, and Kevin Van Dam was like right here. And I look up, and there's Kevin Van Dam. Okay, cool. That's cool. That's cool. When Bill Dance walked in that room, now he's an older fella now, so he's got his handlers that kind of help him along. I was like, that's Bill Dance.
I think he's like in his 80s, maybe.
He's old, and bless his heart, I hope he stays around a lot longer. But it was like, I don't get no. I've been pro ball players and all around, and Blouser coming. I've never been in awe of a human being except Bill Dance. Just kind of like turn into a 9-year-old kid that was just mush. Was Bill Dance, and he was the only one that spoke that he did this, and I'll never forget it. Is he was all the people you talk to, Bill Dance was the only one that took his time to look down at your name tag and call you by your name. And he would do that. And he would say, Danny, how you doing, Danny? And he would do it till that conversation was over with. But he actually took the time. And so he was very easy to connect with him. I'm serious. I won't ever forget meeting him. So, and I'm sure he didn't remember it, but to me, I thought that was a big deal. Who'd you grow up watching, Kevin?
Oh,
Bill Dance, Roland Martin, and all that. So, Danny went to bed that night like he said my name. I did. I did. Now, I
Shouldn't
did.
somebody else be in the bed?
Now listen, we all had our separate rooms down there.
Yeah.
But I will tell you this: I get a picture about 1:00 in the morning from Josh. Ryan is over there in Josh's room in his underwear. Nothing else on his, and Josh is like, "This is what I got over here." I don't know what happened that night.
Whitey tighties.
No, I think they were kind of like underwear material, but like the boxer kinds
Some
of
like
type.
lacy looking thing. He looks like a lace man.
He's a thong guy.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
He's a thong
I wouldn't
guy.
want to say that.
Listen.
Speedo.
He did though, but like I hate to say it, like I have seen Ryan in his underwear, just not in person. It's a sight to behold. I'm just going to tell you that right
You
there.
can keep that sight to yourself.
Yeah, I can't say that. Ryan's seen my underside too. I was out here painting the front porch the other day, a couple years ago. I had no underwear on. Ryan comes walking around. It's like I got my leg propped up. Ryan's going, Danny.
You get way too open.
So what? Bill Dance has reached millions. Absolutely. So he said I was in shorts. No, all I remember, no shirt though. There you go. It was his underwear, whatever it was. Anyway, all right, guys. So anything else you guys want to talk about? Or else we're going to go down a rabbit hole that I'm not going to be able to escape.
We've already went pretty deep.
Yeah.
Fish in the back of Ryan's boat. You'll see them. I seen your nuts. Let me tell you
I've
something.
seen
Hey,
Ryan's
listen,
ass crack
I can
several
pick-
times
listen,
on the back of a boat.
I can pick Ryan's ass out of a lineup because he's got a mole in a certain spot. Like seriously, like you could line up 50
shit.
guys and just I couldn't see nothing, and I could walk down and I go, that's Ryan.
Did you pick babes out if your eyes were closed?
If I had a handful of it, I could feel it. Because I mean, it was
Oh
like
my
upper
God.
70s. It wasn't as tight as it could have been. But I imagine
Jesus Christ.
Kevin, I'm sure yours is tight.
I'm low 70s.
Listen, I'm sure TMI too much information.
Kevin's never going to bring chicken back to this event
Kevin's
again.
not going to. Kevin has showed up 2 Thursdays in a row with chicken. It's like I'm telling you. But Ryan says I have no ass. Yeah, but you got that mole there, buddy. So there's all of them. But you know what, guys? Listen, what other podcast that you listen to can you get all this great fishing entertainment and information, and find out all these other things? It just doesn't exist out there. So I'm just telling you, and we don't take ourselves too serious. And so I
We
mispronounced
even get a
everybody's
little
name.
roasting in on the side.
And yeah, we get a little roast. We'll roast to certain people. We'll drop a few things, but we have fun. And so here's the key thing about all this stuff.
I made Kevin.
We made this list, and it's fine. It's fun. But the reality is that anything we do with Fish North Georgia, whether it be the group page, this live well podcast, or whatever we do, it's all about you guys, and we have fun, and we just, like I said, we always want it to be like we're hanging out at a campfire somewhere talking. So, Danny, this is how you get people to chum the waters when they are on the boat. Well, we can figure it out.
Alrighty then.
Hey, all righty.
I don't get it.
Huh?
I don't get it.
Well, even if you don't get something, here's a broadcasting thing. Here's you just roll with
See,
it.
Kevin's giving you a hint with his comment.
Yeah,
Make you puke.
make you puke.
Chum the water.
Chum the waters.
Oh. Yeah. Okay. Ha 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 ha.
Poor Jonathan Farmer.
That is the
You should have been here earlier, buddy. Where you been? You're gonna have to
Jonathan,
go
you
back
got-
and watch this.
Jonathan. Tim's life depends upon you. That's all I'm gonna say is
Yeah,
Tim,
buddy, you owe me.
Tim's
You
life
don't know it
depends
yet
on
until you watch the rest of the cast.
You got to go back and watch it all. So, anyway, guys, better fishing lakes, Alabama or Georgia? What are you fishing for? Fishing for largemouth? You fishing for spots? You fishing for
Alabama.
spots?
I think Alabama's better.
Largemouth?
Well, you got largemouth and big spots in Alabama.
Yeah, but Smith Lake and all them guys actually on Smith Lake and all that. We know some of them. They watch us because we're the only ones that talk about herring lakes. Nobody in Alabama talks about herring lakes or anything like that.
I just think of the Coosa River down there where they get in them jet boats and they catch them giants.
They do. You ever fished Alabama? All right, just
Yeah.
Neely Henry.
You follow?
You follow? All right. Better
Gunner.
fish in Alabama or Georgia? Georgia. What about you over there, Tim?
Georgia.
Georgia. What about you?
I haven't. fished
Me
Alabama.
neither. I don't know nothing about it. So, but there you go.
Carry 'em to Alabama
Maybe that
then.
answered your question. But all right, guys. So listen, it's getting late. Another great week. Another great time. A lot of fun. I appreciate Blake jumping in. I called him up and I said, "Come hang out with me tonight." And
Anytime you just call me.
okay, I'll hold you to that.
I'm just right up the road.
I know that's the bad thing is you don't come no more.
Well,
You're like you're
dude,
really
I don't fish no more. That's the thing.
It
Like,
doesn't
I
matter.
feel like an outcast.
Stephen
Don't fish.
Bardet, Alabama, but they promote and manage better than Georgia.
Oh yeah.
They
Everybody does. it
They
better.
might. Kevin Underwood, Lake Lanier is the best spot of Bass Lake, hands down. I agree with that. We need more Blake. There you go. Well, Blake's got to get to fishing again. So,
Dude, I
but
don't-
again,
you got too many hobbies.
you do. Plus, he's got a woman now in his life, and that we all know how much time that takes up.
Don't take up that much.
She's much better looking than you.
Yeah.
She's
What
much
is
better.
that? Outputted your coverage.
Outpunted your coverage. That's what I told him about that. I said, "You out, Bardet." All right, listen, we're gonna handle this. Listen,
Oh God, I ain't talking about this crap.
Bardet, I did not see your name pop up for an entire year
Until one dog.
until one ball game, and in the second Alabama beats Georgia, you're back on here again. So that means you were licking your wounds or something for a whole year. But no, hey, listen, I ain't gonna knock Alabama. Alabama is the gold standard. They are by far. So, anyway, John, again, someone thank you for being my fan of the year. We got to come up with a better time. Fan of the year sounds like I'm being egotistical, and I'm not. For being our group member angler of the year.
Okay, whatever.
What
He
group member
he don't
angler?
care.
Whatever.
what is that?
You gonna pay me or something?
You're just giving them
The
getting some hops in
GM
line.
Group member GM angler GMA OTY. That doesn't stand for shit, so it doesn't make
No.
anything. I was hoping it's come up with a good acronym, but anyway, I appreciate you, and you're a better friend than you are an angler. So, not knocking your angling abilities, but you're a good friend. You're a good friend, and we appreciate you coming up. You've always supported us like that, Kevin. Thank you for bringing the absolute wonderful Publix chicken
My pleasure.
and your good looks, guys. Go out there, seriously. Them breaded wings they're pretty darn good.
Yeah, that's
And
off the
Tim-
chain.
Put the camera on you, big guy.
Yes, sir.
That beautiful face right there.
Mm.
Thank you. I needed somebody. I called upon you, and you came. You answered the bell. And
Hey,
you did an
there's been no fire, no wires are burning. We're doing
You did a
okay.
fantastic job, dude. Fantastic job. So,
Thanks to Etowah Brewery for providing the beer.
Etowah mead,
Etowah
beer,
Mead.
and
Hey,
wine.
that stuff's good.
And I'm telling you guys, listen,
Y'all go
again,
get you some at 1883 or 33,
It's-
whatever.
it's very good.
Yeah, dang right. You
what
got a
we-
6-pack of that I take?
I got one at home I can bring back tomorrow. and
Bring it
we're gonna
back.
say, yeah, so
That's some good
But
stuff.
again, like if you're interested in mead, just order some. They can deliver it. They can't ship the beer, but just go up to Dahlonega when you're up there and they're open during the day, go in there with the wife at lunchtime and have you one. Tell them the guys at Fish North Georgia sent you. And again, Opson line. Now listen, we're gonna put this stuff through its paces, but it seems legit. It seems legit. I've talked to the owners and what they do, and they really want to get out here in our Highland reservoirs where we use fluoro leaders all the time. So thank you to Opson. And of course, then you got Festive Waters, you got Charlie Adams Renovation, you've got Turner Tire. Did I leave anybody off? I don't think I did I?
Don't ask me. I don't know your sponsors. I'm just here.
You're supposed to be helping me right this second.
I ain't.
Did I get them all, Tim?
Now.
I think I got everybody.
I think you got it.
I think I got everybody. But anyway, hey, guys, listen. Those of you going out on the water, Ryan, all you guys for Chesapeake Bassmasters, be safe tomorrow and Saturday. I heard the wind was going to be up. I know Sunday's supposed to be nasty. But regardless, be safe out there on the waters. Have some fun. Don't live life too seriously. Cut up like we do. Tell people that you love them, all that stuff, all that good stuff. Anything else I need to say before we close it out? John, you getting words of wisdom?
No, sir.
You, Blake?
Get a squirrel dog. It'll change your life.
Get a squirrel dog. It'll change your life. With that, we're going to end this live. Well, we'll see you guys next Thursday night. Y'all have a hell of a weekend.
That's a wrap.